Yo, and I'm live again. Let me check if I can hear myself. Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, I'm back at it again. I'm back at it again. Not scheduled live stream. What's going on with that? That means a couple of things. No one's gonna be here. At least one thing. Well, hope your week is good. Mine's good, and the reason maybe you're asking like what's happening, why am I making so many live podcasts is because I'm on vacation this week. So I'm trying to get some of the stuff out because I don't know when I'm gonna be doing more of live streams if I'm gonna have time going forward, as September is looking kind of busy for me work wise and just in general, lots of things are planned. So I'm not sure. So I'm trying to use this time productively, vacation time, and just build some of the stuff. And actually, this year and so far, I've been very good with kind of getting the videos out. So that's basically I've been doing every week. There's been a video. Almost every week there's been a live stream. So yeah, I've been pretty happy with how it's been going so far. But I'm not sure it's going to continue this way. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'd be able to continue getting the videos out every week. Most likely now it's going to slow down. Maybe every 2 weeks in September, maybe every month. Let's see how that goes. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of holes here and there. I'm not planning to make any Brickmania holes. As I mentioned, this would be my last one before Black Friday. So this is, and then of course, this is what I'm doing today, right? I'm doing this T-34 build. So yeah, let's go hop into this. But yeah, that's kind of explaining what I'm doing. There's so many of live streams as I have just I just have nothing much going on. It's vacation time. I'm not going anywhere out of the country. Let's go ahead and get the plastic off first. So I'm just chilling. I have free time. Might as well get the backlog, build all the stuff, and then we'll see what happens in September. Once again, I think I'm going to be slowing down. Not too many Brickmania on the horizon. Not too many Brickmania kits planned on the horizon. At least not until Black Friday, because this is what I'm going to do my hopefully shopping. Actually, I'm selling some stuff. I listed this World War Brick exclusive. Was it ATV, ITV, whatever it's called? It's a little truck thing. So I listed that one on eBay. So maybe I'll be selling that as well. So I'm listed some stuff and I'll get rid of the things I probably don't want to collect too much, especially a lot of the modern stuff. I'm not interested too much anymore, and I want to get those maybe moved and free up some space. Free up some space for the stuff I'm building now, which is this World War II stuff. So we got this Soviet tank. Let's go ahead and pop it open here live on the channel. So here we go. And this one might be a long one, a longish slash. I'm not trying to get this built in one sitting, but let's see how it goes. No guarantees. I have somebody showing up. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Wolfie, hello. I can't watch now because I'm watching the World Cup, but I'll come back once it's over. Yeah, no problem, man. I think you talk about Women's World Cup. And good luck to whoever's playing there. I'm not. I watch World Cup, but I'm not watching Women's World Cup. It just, of course, you go watch it. It's fun. Root for your country. I personally don't have a lot of interest in the Women's World Cup, but Men's World Cup I do watch. I think it was last year. That was pretty exciting. Last year was very exciting with Argentina winning and that kind of stuff. But yeah, go ahead, enjoy. And meanwhile, I'm gonna try to get the sleeve off. So yeah, just a nice little chill build of this kit, Brickmania kit. Actually, I didn't put some more light in here. I forgot to put lights on. Hold on, get some more lights in here. Totally forgot about that. Hold on a second. Get a little bit more lights in here. But yeah, that's the plan. Not too much content coming, but I mean, again, I'm still pretty. So much stuff, so much box. Like you see this little crappy things falling off. But I'm still, like I said, I'm overall really happy this half a year. or like 8 months, I pretty much started doing like weekly content, starting January of 2023, and I've been pretty happy with how much stuff I was able to. Okay, this is the manual. How much stuff I was able to knock out. So I have a few pieces here. We have printed pieces separately in the bag, as per usual. So we had the Soviet tanker here. Yeah, but I'm pretty happy. I mean, I built a bunch of stuff. I don't have a big backlog anymore, actually. I have, I think, 1 or 2 kits in the backlog. One of them is the Vietnam era kit, which is this AH Cobra attack helicopter. But that's about it. And I'm still actually looking for the sticker sheet before I built that one. Yeah, we got all the manual. Let's put this here. So we have the Soviets, the Ruskies right here. So this is my, let me give you a quick look here. All the Russians that I have, most of them is Brickmania. And I think I pretty much got every single Russian that they released. So we have a regular Russian, we have this Lady of Death, Sniper, we have PPH, Pepper. We have this Sapper guy. No, this is Pepper guy. This is the Mosin Nagant, but for some reason he has a Pepper here. I think I gave the Mosin Nagant to the Finnish guy, to the Finnish sniper. And we have some higher ranking dude here. So yeah, pretty much all the Brickmania stuff that Soviets I would like to have, I have. And we have actually this this Navy Crimea guy, Sevastopol. And we have the United Bricks Winter. That's pretty much all my Soviet lineup, but that should be good enough, considering that I don't have any vehicles. So like having this now and this, I'm pretty happy with. Let's get with the build, and then maybe I'll talk later about the book a little bit as well. I actually read almost half of the book, a little bit less than the half of the book. No, actually half of the book. I read the half of the book here, which I'm going to talk about some stuff I thought it was kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and start with give it a look at the minifig. Give it a look at the minifig. So we have, and one thing I wish for this kit, there was more printed wheels instead of getting those Technic pieces. I really don't like them. But I mean, it's kind of correct, because some of the early models of T-34 had the whole wheels, but I don't like the look. I like the printed wheels so much more. And then Brickmania needs to release separately those printed packs. So I'll put those printed elements separately. But let's go ahead and build the tanker. Put the stuff back. I'm here for the tanker. All right. So we got the custom 3D printed element for the tanker helmet. Let's see how well it fits so far. Okay, no, it fits fine. And this is the Soviet tanker. I think it looks pretty good. I like this one, yeah. It looks very nice. So put them here with the rest of the lineup. That's the Soviet tanker right here. And let's get it. Start with the building. We got track links. Of course. We gotta have track links for Brickmania. And all the parts are on the table. So far, awesome. 0 people watching. Yeah, but we are, right now it's the daytime here in Europe. It's a really early morning in the States, and I'm sure a lot of people are working. A lot of people in the States in Europe are working, because right now it's 2:43 p.m. 2:44 p.m. my time. And once again, I'm on vacation. I don't care. I'm living life. this week. Just this week. Then back to the reality after this. And that's why I'm trying to get this built and done. As then I'll be busy. All I gotta say, I'll be busy. Busy with life. So lots of great parts. Surprise, surprise, Brickmania. Lots of great parts as per usual. And I wish maybe this tank was in like. I mean, it's hard to tell if it's better to build this in gray or it's better to build it in dark green. I personally prefer this in dark green, and you can let me know if you agree with that or not. I personally think dark green just looks a little bit better for Russian tanks, but I know dark green is more expensive, and there's a lot of parts that do not exist in dark green. So I kind of see why. And I talked about that before my live streams, is that there's no other options then, I guess, for Brickmania than to go with the gray. But it's a little bit of a shame. And then there were tanks in Russia that had more of a gray color, but technically they should be on the green side, OD green side. And it is a little bit of a shame that we cannot get the real tank color in Lego. But this, I guess, works. This works for sure. Bro, Australians down 3-1. So I've stopped watching. Okay. Okay, so you must be from Australia then. Who are they playing? Who the Australians are playing? So Australia versus... again, I'm not following at all the Women's World Cup. So yeah, you gotta let me know who are they playing. I know United States got kicked out by Sweden, because I just read it in some American news, and then people were cheering. Americans were cheering for that. I don't know. It was real weird, but I think some political stuff. Okay, England. All right, so they are playing England. England is a good team, though. That's the thing. They always end up. First of all, they always end up qualifying to World Cup. At least the men's soccer team is decent. I think last World Cup, I can't remember how far they got, but I think they got out of the playoffs, like a group playoffs. So they're not bad. England is not bad at all in soccer. Rooney, I remember that guy when I used to watch, follow along, Champions League, that kind of stuff. Beckham, the guy's running the Inter Miami or whatever the team is called that bought Messi. Got the big celebrity. Okay, what's happening? Where's this? I need this long. Hookie, what's going on, man? You joined my another unannounced stream. Welcome. This is gonna be a long one. Oscar H, hi. How's it going, man? Testing by, saying hi. Bad at cricket though. Yeah. I don't know what UK originated. Cricket originated from UK, but I think it's really big somehow in East Asian countries, in I think Australia, New Zealand, that kind of places. And then I know Australia actually, and New Zealand. I know them for rugby. If you talk about sports, I feel like those sports are quite big over there. And cricket, yeah, I know nothing about cricket. I don't even know how that's played. I know a little bit more about baseball. I'm familiar with baseball a little bit more, or rules at least, with baseball than cricket. I have no idea how that game is played. And even here in Estonia, you have some cricket clubs, but most of them, I think, are by people who came from Australia or from UK or something, and they just want to play that game here in Estonia. I'm just finishing 2 orders for customers, and then I'm off to the post office. Okay, nice, Hooky Bricks. Nice, man. Yeah, you got to keep that brickling going to finance those Brickisima purchases. I get you. Nice, man. Rugby is big in Australia, but Australian football is more popular. Okay. More popular. Cool. Does the T-34 76 has any differences to the 85 besides the turret and the gun? Well, as far as when I did watch the Brickmania Designer Studios video, and as far as I understand, it should not have that many differences. The biggest kind of letdown for me, which again, I mentioned that when I started this video, there's a whole wheels. I'm not a big fan of that. But I think this 85 also has some of the whole wheels, but also has some printed wheels. And I wish this kit came with the printed wheels, or at least Brickmania gave us an option to buy those printed wheels separately. Like, I'm not a huge fan of those. Even if I could replace, I would definitely replace those out. But I think what the idea was here that the tank hole, should have been somewhat similar. And I think 85 also has some like fuel tanks in the back that this one might not have. But overall, I think that the hole should be the same. The wheels are a little different, and of course the turret, as you mentioned, definitely different design. I mean, real life and in in Brickmania too. And I'm off already to some not so good start because I can't find this one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that's the thing about gray pieces. Gray and black. Like when it's all gray, like the Star Wars, it gets so difficult for me to find stuff. It's like because all I see is just like one big mesh of gray parts. But here we go. We started. Finally. We have the foundation in place, which is already good. All right, I like the look of those wheels. I think they look cool and work well with the German heavy tank, especially. Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm sure it's a lot cheaper for Brickmania just to kind of source those parts instead of taking the disc pieces and printing on them, and it makes it a little cheaper. But I personally prefer printed discs. My preference. Again, I know Tiger Kit, Tiger 1 also came with those wheels. One of the, I guess, more budget version of Tiger that I purchased, and I replaced them with the discs and I put stickers because then Brickmania had some sticker options. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it is accurate to the source material. I mean, those yeah, T-34-76 has, the early versions had those whole wheels. They had holes in the wheels, so that's pretty accurate. I'm actually like this wheels anti-tank artillery pieces, but definitely agree that they do not look very premium on tanks. Yeah. I mean, that's how it used to be back in the day. I mean, you talk about like Brickmania kits 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this is how it used to be. And I think by now, especially with the printed capabilities, talking about BF-109, you think they will move away from this. But I mean, again, it still works. There's nothing wrong with that. T-34 had whole wheels, and it does work. So I'm okay with that. I mean, if they have some other alternative available, like if they're gonna have like a printed packs at some point, hopefully for Tiger or even T-34, I'll get those for sure. Like $30 printed wheel pack. That'd be really nice. What sports do you play in Estonia? In Estonia, I mean, Estonia plays many sports, but none of the sports that they play in are good at, like Estonians, in general speaking. Like, not to offend any Estonians, like we play hockey here. Hockey is big, but it's not like on the top level. The problem with Estonia is like it's just a very small country, right? You don't have a lot of people. So there's, even let's say you have people involved in some sports athletics, just not gonna have those top level people here. Not as many. Of course, there's people that win various kind of competitions, like athletics and stuff. But overall, from a team perspective, like we play soccer here, like football, European called football, American soccer. So we play football here. That's big, but again, the Estonian team is not great. Never qualifies for anything, for any kind of championships. Unfortunately, then hockey is big, but again, not good enough team. And of course, there's basketball teams. Those are just horrible in general. But I'm not trying to say, like, I'm not trying to trash it any way or form. It's just the country is very small. So yeah, so we do play all those like European based sports. no like American football type of stuff. And I'm sure there's some rugby, some like local clubs, and like maybe even American football clubs. Like I said, there's a cricket club I've heard of, but those are like local stuff that they play in between like other countries, but nothing professional. Nothing professional. Yeah, but there are a couple like maybe decent hockey players that made it to some like professional level, even maybe NHL before from Estonia. And then some people that qualify for like Olympics, but I think the best that Estonia does is like gets like silver, bronze medals here and there. Yeah, but again, small country, so. I really want to build a panther in dark red. Whoa, dark red. Dark green and tan camo. I need to buy some Brickmania tracks first. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're trying to build your own like a camo version of it. Yeah, I'm sure you can. And that'd be nice. Yeah, that's for sure. I like personally like brick built camos. I think they would look very nice for sure. So definitely go for it. Panther isn't nice, but but do you have? Are you gonna make a mock, or you have some instructions you're gonna build off? Because I think Brickmania sells the instructions that you can get, and I was considering that, but their Panther on their digital instructions is a bit outdated, so I've been kind of holding off on that. Field hockey or ice hockey? Yes, ice hockey. I'm talking about ice hockey, not field hockey. No, ice hockey is the bigger one for sure. Yeah, but the plan is hopefully to get this built today. I don't think there's going to be a live stream this coming Saturday because I have to do some stuff at home. And that's kind of the reason I need to do some moving of things. We're rearranging some stuff and I just don't have time. So I'm not sure if Saturday is going to be live stream. That's why I'm trying to get this one done this week. And like I said, this week I'm off from work, which works out there quite nicely for me. So I'll be right back. If you look at the Panther at Bovington Tank Museum, it's really reddish brown color. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about, and I agree. That one has that reddish, and there's like plenty of different camos that those Panthers had, especially late war. I mean, there's like all kind of crazy camos they use, which is really cool from Germans. Also depending on the season, time of the year. I'm gonna replicate that with a dark red, and it's gonna be a mock. Okay, cool. Yes, please use a larger wheel size. If you're doing 135 scale, please use the discs. The Brickmania is using those little tiny little Technic things, and I feel like the wheels. I'm not gonna get into that subject anymore. Okay, because I had a little rant on that in one of my live streams, but I'm not gonna get into this. I'm not getting into that rant again with the wheel sizes and Brickmania. But yeah, use the bigger size wheels, please. That's all I'm gonna stop here. But yeah, man, that sounds like a good mock project you have going there. Sounds really cool. I didn't even start. I was thinking about starting doing a mock, but not like a mock for the tank for the vehicle, but mock for like a battle mock or like a location, a scenery. I think I mentioned it also before, but I haven't started yet. Just a matter of finding time. Maybe this week I actually can find some time. And my idea was put a little like drafts of the mock in the studios. Studio whatever the Bricklink site that has you can download the studios from. So, but the problem is that I haven't used it, so I don't have a lot of experience. So we'll see if I will get myself into the studios live. But I would like to learn for sure. Something on my to-do list, like one to-do list, yeah. And now I'm concerned about the wheel size of my Panther. Well, you should be. I don't know if you. I talked about it in one of my live streams. I kind of don't want to repeat myself, and I talked about German Brick Fan because we talked about the Panther in general. And one of the things that someone basically commented in their design studio video for the Panther, and I read it and I brought it up in my live stream, and then and it happened afterwards. And afterwards, someone put it in a Reddit post. This is a Reddit post petitioning Brickmania, and it makes no sense because that kit was a limited run kit. It wasn't something they will continuously produce. But the petition was asking to release this kit with a larger wheel size. And the idea, and my thinking, that was my thinking, because when I watched the studio's design, is what happened was in my thinking is that, like, if you look at the Brick Veteran Tigers, right, they're using those. I don't have this piece right here, but they're using like the smaller kind of wheels. They are like smaller size than the disc, for example. But the Brick Veteran Tigers are minifig scale. When you look at 135 scale and you see Brickmania using for the Tiger, for example, this disc piece, which looks very accurate, and I think this is the proper size for the wheel. Panther wheel was actually larger than Tiger wheel. So if we're talking about Tiger wheel from Brickmania, and they're using this as 135 scale wheel, and we know that Tiger wheel is smaller, a little bit smaller than the Panther wheel. Why are you using now for the Panther build smaller wheel? And that was kind of the whole argument behind that. It's like you're just not consistent with the scale if you compare two different tanks. But that's it. That was kind of the issue there or discussion. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. The tank is still really good. Like, I mean, you have an amazing print job, but just something about that, the wheels looked a little bit off. And I think you're talking about that the latest, what's it called? Belfast, not Belfast, but the latest Panther that they released. I find so much harder to build digitally, but it's worth a try. Yes, exactly. I never tried it. If I had like a good collection of parts, I would just not worry about that. But I don't have a lot of parts, so if I order parts, I want to really know how many parts I need and have like a rough estimate on things. So I might consider them studios. Had a quick look at that's one, Beffel's Panther, and I think looks like kind of okay, but I'm actually willing to look at the alternatives. Better wheels are available. Yeah, I mean, again, to me, it looks fine. It's not a big deal. It's just not consistent with the scale. That's not consistent with the scale between the tanks. I mean, you got the Tiger wheel, which is this size and this scale, or like this one, and then you're going to have a smaller scale Panther, which Panther tank had larger wheels than Tiger wheels. That's kind of the whole kind of what opened up this can of worms. But I mean, like, you don't, it's not that serious, you know. Like, it shouldn't make you feel any kind of different ways about it. It's still a nice kit. Like, that's kind of like just basically nitpicking. Something I noticed is something like would bother me, but it doesn't mean it will bother somebody else. I mean, it's not a big problem, I think. I prefer to build 1 feet to 1 stud scale. It seems more accurate to the minifig. Brickmania is much bigger. Exactly. Brickmania is a little bit bigger than minifig scale, but it depends on whether the scale is based on the height on minifig or the width. Yes, but in general, I think personally, again, if you're building on a minifig scale, the kits will be a little bit smaller than 135. That's my kind of view, and that's how I feel like Brick Veteran is doing their stuff. But if you are like right on par with 135, it's gonna look just a little bit on the larger side, the minifig scale. That's my opinion. Again, it's all subjective. You don't have to even listen to me. What am I? I'm not any kind of expert here. I will definitely replace the gun barrel on the Belfast Panther if I can. Yeah, the barrel you can replace because what's his name? the brick arms has a nice, basically has a nice barrel, and I have it in my pack 40, if I'm not mistaken, and I think you also have that kit. So if you have a pack 40, or you can buy it separate from Brickisimo, and I have it. I bought separately this kind of barrel. This is a this kind of barrel. I think this is a short one, right? And then the other one you can get a longer one, so you don't have to build brick it. Or what did I say? Build brick it. Brick build it. English. But yeah. But to me, I feel like maybe if I have to be really picky with that kit, with that Panther kit, then I think to me the wheels are a bit bigger of a deal than the barrel. I think barrel looks fine. But it's still great kit. It's an awesome kit. The reason I just didn't get it was just very expensive. And when Brickisimo had it, so what kind of upset me, when Brickisimo released the kit, it was so much more in euros than in dollars. I think in dollars it was like 615 or whatever, 620. Brickisimo had it for like 680. It was so much more. And then when Brickmania released it, they also had 10% off or 15% off on top of that. So the difference came out so much more. I mean, I know it's a great kit, but I couldn't do it. First off, it's really expensive, and there's such a big difference between Brickmania's site and Brickisimo. I think it was some euro-dollar exchange situation happening at the time. I think it was like this COVID time, or no, actually it was yeah. I don't know what was going on with the dollar and euro, but yeah, it was really messing up the price on Brickisimo, and I couldn't just get myself to buy it for the full price. I was also thinking about resuming the Pack 40 barrel if needed. Yeah, and then I think that barrel actually looks even those camo stickers you probably can even use on that Panther. Yeah, but this is the cannon or barrel I would use if I would replace anything. This is the one I would be using on the Panther. I think it was pretty good. And then, but then if you use that, I would even suggest replacing the muzzle brake as well, because you can use the smaller muzzle brake as well from Brick Arms. Yeah, reusing, exactly. I feel like 145 scale, because small, is much easier to find them in the diorama builds. Yeah, and then with the minifix scale, the minifix work both, and I 100% agree with that. Minifix actually work nicely with both 145 scale, 135 scale, because they are somewhere in between. That's actually a good way to put it. They are somewhere in between. But when 145 scale, the vehicles, I mean, it's very difficult to make them very detailed and functioning at the same time. When 135 scale, like this one, it's a lot easier to do so. That you can have, I mean, you can still do it, especially now that there's a lot more like parts availability from Lego, but it's definitely a bit more difficult to build. But there's a lot of good mock builders on Instagram. Hookie on Instagram, yes. There's a lot of good mock builders on Instagram that are built in 145 scale. And actually, Tiger 131, Umar, the designer that I built last time, was the Dick and Max. He builds only, or mostly, he builds mostly in 145 scale. But then for Brickmania, I think he did in 135 scale. So yeah, that's very interesting with the scales. And I have my trains, which I love. My Brickmania train, that's in 145 scale. And I think it's excellent in Lego to be in 145 scale for a train. It just makes so much sense. Because if you start building 135 scale trains, then you can't fit them on the track. And like then what's the point of having a Lego train when you can't run it? So it turns into this Hogwarts Express situation, which I really don't like that train, because you can't do anything with that. I'm gonna get in some building here. Okay. Instagram, I think I heard that before. Yes. Hi, Ed Wagon. How's it going, man? Thanks for stepping by to the stream and say hi. Appreciate that. Maybe I'll take a quick break. And I actually want to talk about this book. So I read half of it, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Maybe I'll read a couple of things that I found that was kind of interesting. Maybe it will be interesting for you. Again, halfway through only. And this is the World War II trivia book. So one thing, and I mentioned the last time, I already read it, but I mentioned the last time in last live stream, I think, too. And I found the page. Why did Germany invade Denmark and Norway? The German invasion of Denmark and Norway, this is the stuff I actually didn't know. It was codenamed Operation Weissenbergbung or something, I don't know. And it happened April 9th and completed in June 10th, 1940. So initially, Germany had no plans to invade Scandinavia, although Hitler wanted to eventually incorporate Nordic people into the Greater German Reich. The invasion came about, though, when the French and British began planning their own invasion of Norway, which called Plan R4. The reason for the planned British Franco invasion was to control the Baltic Sea shipping lanes in order to deprive Germany of iron ore that was received from neutral Sweden. Although terrain and amphibious landing made the operation difficult for the Germans, but they won an overwhelming victory, giving them momentum as they invaded Low Countries. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't know this. So in this book, and it's like a weird, interesting book from that point of it doesn't have like it doesn't have any biases, right? In that way. So I didn't know that that Britain and France trying to invade Norway. So to me, that was very interesting. And I guess in the ways pushed Germany to invade Norway. So you see, no one talks about that. I didn't know that information. So that was kind of interesting, at least in my mind. Because everyone says, "Oh, Germany's bad guy. They're trying to invade." But now, like, no one talks about England trying to invade Norway. Apparently, that's what they're thinking to do. Yeah, some interesting stuff happening, and also this stuff here. I thought that was interesting. I also mentioned in the last live stream. What was the Madagascar plan? Although the Nazi Party platform held the Jews were inferior and would not be part of the Third Reich, there were a wide variety of opinions within the party as to how that would be accomplished. Madagascar plan, well, that's basically an island near Africa, was the idea that once Germany had defeated France, it would send all the Jews in Nazi-occupied Europe and French colony in Madagascar. So basically, Germans technically, I guess, didn't have a plan originally to kill the Jews in the concentration camps, and the plan became popular within the high-ranking Nazis, but was abandoned due to British naval blockades and the idea of concentration camps becoming ascendant by 1942. So basically, we can blame British again. So Brits wasn't, I don't know, like the saying, they blockaded Germans, then they had to go to the concentration camp, then they're trying to invade Norway. Like this book is kind of crazy. I mean, that's how I'm getting out of it. I mean, of course, you can interpret it any way you want, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And there's some other stuff. This one too, that was kind of interesting. What was the Njordnunk? Njordordnung. Njordordnung was the new order over Europe. Now, Nazi Germany was in charge when it was in the zenith of its power in 1942, far beyond just a mere reordering of political boundaries. The idea of new order involved putting all of the Nazi Party racial ideas into practice by forcibly moving and, if needed be, exterminating populations through Europe. Berlin was envisioned to be a capital of not only Greater Germany, but also the economic nerve center of continent-wide common market that was tied to the Reichsmark. Germany's non-Germanic allies would be allowed to nominal independence, but the Slavic populations of the Eastern Europe would be either exterminated and pushed east beyond the Ural Mountains. The vacuum caused by the displacement of Slavic people would be filled with German settlers. That was kind of interesting. And I know it's terrible, but it's terrible. Like, everything is nothing to do with what I'm about to say, obviously. But small portion of it, when I read it, it's like, that kind of a little bit sounds like European Union. I mean, I know it's nothing like that. Of course, here it talks about exterminating people and Slavic people, like minus that. But the part when it says like the vision of unifying the whole Europe and having one kind of currency, bro, that's a European Union right there. So this is basically what Nazis were thinking. They were basically thinking creating a European Union, of course, in their own format, which is terrible, right? To kind of, but I was like, okay, this is basically what they're saying. This new order is European Union, minus again all the terrible things that Nazis were trying to do. I want to make that clear. But I thought that was kind of interesting. And that was a bunch of other stuff actually. Kind of forgot to mark, which I probably should have. Let's talk about U-boats here. That was kind of I didn't know about how many of those U-boats were sank. I mean, how many U-boats actually sank? How many ships they sank? Sank quite a lot of ships because the Germans didn't have their own navy, and that's like the only way they could have done. Talks a lot about Japan too, and United States. There was something else I want to read out of this. That was interesting. Yeah, there we go. Wolf packs. Something else I wanted to read here. Totally forgot. Oh, that was kind of interesting too. Which country, occupied country, contributed the most to the German war efforts? Is actually France. That's kind of sounds. I mean, but it makes sense because that was the largest country, and in that sense, Vichy France was somehow connected to Germany, or was like working with Germany, and then they had the biggest contributions of like everything. Including like the food and that kind of stuff, and then Italy. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. So I read half the book. I read some of the things that I thought something I didn't know for sure. Want to share with you guys. Okay, Rule, it was very nice. Surprised to speak with you this afternoon, but I have to resume work. I'm planning to do some videos tomorrow. Yeah, man. Thanks for stepping by, Hookie. Appreciate that. Come by, at least saying hi. Take care, Hookie, and I'm looking forward for your videos. I have to go, Rule. Bye. Ed, yeah, thanks for coming by, and take care. Bye. Thanks for all who stepped by, at least said hi to me. I appreciate it. I'll just continue with the build. But yeah, I just want to read a little bit of that book. I thought some stuff was very interesting, at least to me. Of course, and some things I already kind of knew as well. And I'll probably try to finish this book by tomorrow. So maybe if I'll do another live stream, I'll find something else interesting I found or something new, and I'll try to share here on live stream. I've never bought from Brickmania. I might get some of their 2 white tracks for the Panther and the Churchill. Yeah, so the new like V3 tracks, because I know they have like different variation of tracks, V1, V2, V3. The V2 tracks actually didn't work too well on some of the older kits that I have, but this V3 track, and I think this is the V3, the newer kits that came, they're actually quite good. So I have nothing bad to say about them. They're all pretty good. Of course, they're not as good as Lego tracks, so if you can use maybe a Lego tracks for Panther, I think it will be a little better. But I think the Brickmania tracks are also not bad. I mean, they're not cheap, but they are not bad either. At least than to what they used to be, they are so much better now, I think. But I think maybe for Tiger and for Panther, you could get away with the Lego track links. Lego don't do 2-stud wide threads, unfortunately. I think that's what they do. I thought the Lego was too wide. Because I have some of because the Tiger tanks that are, is it 2 wide? I'm not sure. Or is it 3 wide? Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a little larger. But the Tiger tanks that I have from Brickmania are using Lego tracks or Lego track links. So I mean, Brickmania using Lego track links for the Tigers, and I think Panther too. Maybe you can use it too. And then Lego tracks will be a lot cheaper. Lego track links than Brickmania. I mean, you can bricklink them really cheap. I mean, not really cheap, but you know, a lot more affordable. Especially if you get them used, that's gonna be really good. Okay, I think we're getting some wheels in here. But yeah, I wish I could have. You might think I actually missed out on this T-34-85. I do personally prefer T-34-85 model a bit more. I know it came with like North Korean minifig and whatnot, but I think that's an easy fix because you can just replace the face or whatever if you really want to. But this is not bad too because T-34-76, I mean, it was straight up used throughout the whole entire World War II for sure. In the beginning of the war, and once it entered production, of course, until the end of the war. So obviously, it was used throughout the whole Eastern Front. So in that sense, it's fine. But you know, the 85 is still nice. It's probably my favorite Russian tank. I want to say, or at least the one Brickmania released. But yeah, I missed out on that one. Totally missed out on that. There was like only 2 or 3 that Brickissimo had, which is the the reseller. And once they were out, I thought maybe they're gonna restock it, but they never did. Yeah, but that's the Russian Uber. You know, the soldiers will hop on top, ride around. So we got the Russian Uber right here. Russian cabbie. That was kind of good for just driving soldiers around during World War II. Okay, 3 stud wide tracks are too big for my Panther. I'm building a smaller scale, so I'm going to be 10 stud. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's going to be 2 studs wide and 23 studs long. Okay, so you need a smaller with track links. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because Brickmania is 135 scale, so it's a little bit larger. So I guess for Brickmania it works. The Lego track work. I'm actually building my World War II stuff in 145 scale. Okay, and I'm also building new Kobe War vehicles, but I do them in 135 instead of, I don't know why. And that's about Kobe. Kobe actually does also make 145 scale. I actually have a few of their 145 scale tanks, which is quite nice as well. And the reason I picked them up is to kind of go along with the Brickmania train I have, because the Brickmania train I have is 145th scale. So I have the Tiger and I think Panzer III, and maybe something else from Kobe in 145th scale. I prefer the old school model with the yellow head tanker. It was 100. Yeah. Everything was cheaper on Brickmania, obviously, but this one has a little bit more stickers. Because the other one had the not stickers. It has this one has prints, and the other one came with stickers. So And you know how Brickmania is, that once they put stickers in there, it becomes super expensive. Because that's how, I guess, how they make their money now, or excuse to charge more. But yeah, but this older T-34 though, you can still get it from Digital Instructions on Brickmania website. Because I was also considering that one, so you can still get that one and source the parts. So you probably can get it really cheap for a Bricklink, and then you can get the sticker pack from Brickisimo, and then you're all good to go. Okay, привет, привет. Здорово. Whitestone, does it have any interior details? So this one does not. I think the only thing that this have is the engine bay and the small engine inside. So, but I haven't got to that yet. So I think it has an engine, but no interior details. But again, once again, it's a bit controversial opinion from my side. I'm not a huge fan of interiors because it takes kind of from the structural build a little bit more. I'm more of a kind of aesthetics guy. So if it looks nice from outside, I can, I'm okay with sacrificing the interior, as I would never probably put anything inside. And I think you have a little bit of a space here to fit a minifig in the hatch. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I know personally, I would never use that. I would just probably keep it on display and never play it with a fix inside. Their stickers suck as well as the Legos. Well, I mean, I use the stickers for I did build it from Digital Instructions. They're Tomcat F14, and I also use the stickers for Tiger Wheels, and they're okay. I have really, like, they don't come off or anything like that easily. And I had my F14 for like over a year now, so it's fine. It's definitely a cheaper alternative than going with this printed and full kit route. So Digital Instructions, I cannot say anything bad about them, honestly. And I wish Brickmania would continue with them, but it's whatever. I built a Centurion Mark V with the L4 gun in 1/35 scale with 3 white Lego tracks. Oh, cool. The Centurion is a nice tank. That's a nice tank. I like that. I was considering that when Brickmania released it, but never pulled the trigger. And the reason for that is I was really considering getting it. It's just I don't collect like British stuff. No offense to all the British viewers. I just have to limit my collection. So right now it's just German, Soviet, and then American stuff. Otherwise, and then some Italian stuff I was considering, but again, I can't collect all the countries. It's too much. Most people are too lazy to look for details on Bricklink. To look for details, Bricklink. Yeah, that's kind of true. And then it kind of sucks to have to deal with different buyers because you usually cannot buy everything from one buyer. So if you go for the Bricklink route, so you have to pay extra in shipping because you have a bunch of buyers and you have to wait for the parts and that kind of stuff. But it's still cheaper. It's still a lot cheaper than going with the kits route. This tank costs 220 euros. I paid. Thanks, thanks, matey. When I'm building tank, you guys saying thank you, say thanks. Thanks a lot. That's a requirement here on this channel. 265. No, this was cheaper. Was it 265? I think it was cheaper. I think it was like I thought it was 250. I don't know. Six of us. Nice. Yeah, this one's a lot of money. Okay, it's getting pretty late no shit, so I'm gonna go now. I finished watching the stream tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping by, Wolfie. I appreciate it and coming by and saying hi. I hope I know Australia is not doing so well, but I still hope they can beat England. I don't know. Yeah, but thanks for coming by and watching the stream and hanging out with me. Does the Lego Panzer Faust able to penetrate the T-34? Panzerfaust. I don't know what kind of gun is this. I gotta look it up now. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. It's kind of like this RPG that the Germans had. I think that's kind of the purpose of it, right? I guess it depends where you hit it. I'm sure it would be able to. I mean, they talk a lot about the sloped armor for the T-34, but for what I know, it's not about the slope armor so much. The steel, or the quality of the steel that they used, or the way they made it, is actually was pretty terrible. When it was hit, a lot of times it would shatter and just still penetrate quite well. So it's not just about the slope armor; it's also about the quality of the steel was used. And originally, when they first started coming out with the T-34, there was a lot of issues with it. It was actually not super great tank, as far as I understand. Um, yeah, it's expensive. The old one is 150. Yeah, it's cheaper. Gotta go work. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just kind of enjoying day off, so that's why I'm kind of building early this thing. This cool material, maybe please do not do more live streams for future builds. This got content, good content. I thank you for coming by. I appreciate that, and I've been kind of doing live streams. It just this one is a bit unscheduled and a little bit of different times. This is a daytime here in the EU, and then morning in the States. And usually I would do Saturday nights, but I'll try to continue with the live streams for sure when I get a chance. Thanks for coming by. Way cheaper, 220. Let me check out. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I think I'll look it up right now. How much I paid for this on Brickisimo. Okay, I'm on the website right now. I mean, if Brickisimo would do a lot more sales, it would be a lot better. They're on vacation, so I can't even tell the price. I don't know how much it was. I can't remember, but it was like 200 something. I think it was like 220 or 230. I'm not sure though. So nice, man. It's always good to build your MOCs. Yes, I agree. Centurion is one of the best British tanks built during World War II. I 100% agree with that. Green website says the cost 255. I bet Brickisimo was no. It was cheaper. So 225. It was like 220 something on Brickisimo. And I know Brickisimo, what they used to be like, I kind of had a little bit of rant of this Panther when they released this Belf, whatever it's called, the Panther, this all super 3D printed or printed Panther. That was more expensive on Brickisimo than Brickmania, but usually, especially now the euro is a little bit stronger, it's cheaper. So T-34 was cheaper than whatever you have on Brickmania. So I think this was like 220 I paid. I'm pretty sure it was under maybe 240 tops, but it was less than Brickmania side. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about because I cannot see your stuff. But if you want to add me on Instagram and you want to send me some pictures, I would like to see that for sure. Yeah, let's continue with this build. Being all caught up with the chat. Yeah, but Brickmania is not cheap. I agree on that one. That's why I'm gonna slow down a little bit until Black Friday comes in. So wait for the sales. But it also depends what Brickismo are gonna have on Black Friday, because a lot of times they are not very how can I say it? It's a lot of kits that nobody wants to buy. I'll just put it that way. When you go to Brickismo on Black Friday, like you rarely see a tank being on sale on Brickismo. I'm gonna make 8 of those wheels. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I think on YouTube, maybe YouTube automatically blocks any links. I'm not sure. I'm checking here. Yeah, I cannot see it. Maybe YouTube automatically blocks links. Well, you can send it to me on Instagram if you want, and I'll check it out. And then if you want, I can share it too on the Instagram page. You can send it here, and I'll share it later if you want. I'll share your mock in the stories. Yeah, but one thing I definitely don't get it from Brickmania. Why don't they make like additional printed packs, like more printed packs? I feel like they could be really making a lot of money with those. Like printed Tiger wheels, printed T-34 wheels. I know printed some other wheels. Like just make those packs, and even for the digital instructions. Like if you have digital instructions, instead of just doing stickers, just do some printed packs for this as well. I mean, I think that's what the Brick Designer was doing. The Brick Designer was kind of doing it for Brickmania, but I don't get it why Brickmania can just do it themselves. Like I know maybe they're lacking capabilities, but I mean, do what you can. You don't have to like release a huge giant batches. Just release a couple here and there. I don't know. Some stuff Brickmania is doing, I question. Your Instagram is blocked. Oh, that sucks. Okay. It kind of sucks. VPN. You gotta use VPN. That's the way to go, man. VPN. But that's expensive though. You gotta pay for VPNs. Yeah, sorry to hear that. All right, we're gonna build 8 of those. So 4 more to go. Funny thing about T-34, it was a good because it was so bad. They had poor quality meta, but welding job, seamlessly tracks, didn't even have a turret basket, but they're practically easy to produce. Exactly, but that's the whole point of the Russian was they're trying to counter Germans with everything they could. So they just produced not the quality product, but they produced as many as they could. Right, that was the idea. And that's what they're trying to do. And same thing with people. They create a bunch of armies. Like when the Germans advanced in the Eastern Front, the German army was getting smaller, smaller, smaller because they're eating after the reserves. And even though they were very effective fighting the Russians, they still were losing people. Russians were actually increasing the army size because they kept drafting people. And same thing with the tanks. The design was great on the paper, but the quality wasn't so great. But they were able to knock out like thousands of them. And then you're going to throw thousands of T-34s with even inexperienced crews that don't have any communication within each other without any like. And actually, I heard it was terribly uncomfortable to tank. I mean, you have 4 people in there, and in this specific one, you have one is like a commander plus the gunner at the same time, which is terrible. And it was very cramped, no comfort. It was in the winter. It was terribly cold. And once the shell hit there, like I said, the steel was such poor quality that supposedly just kind of shattered and killed everyone on the spot. So the survival rate in this tank for the crew was very low, unfortunately. Not a lot of tankers that were hit there, for example, they would survive. And of course, then you have, again, and then we're comparing to something that Germans, like for example, the Panzers, they've been using for years, and they were able to make it better, better quality, better tactics, and the Russians didn't have that. Of course, at the end of the war, they learned all that. They improved the tanks a lot, and of course, they had better, like the tank tactics as well, cavalry tactics. But before, in the beginning of the war, I mean, yeah, it was just a numbers game. The Russians were just trying to outnumber the Germans as much as possible. And of course, Russians were very fierce fighters. They didn't want to surrender. There was always like pockets of resistance everywhere they go, and they would fight really heavily. So yeah, just from those things, it was just Germans really underestimated what they would get into. The number of tanks, number of people, and the Russians, the Russian fighting spirit, essentially. This channel is in English. Sorry, man. I can understand. I can read, but I'm not gonna speak Russian. Unfortunately, I'm gonna only speak English here. This channel is in English. I don't live in Russia. Sorry, but I can understand what you're saying. Apparently, they're also extremely uncomfortable for the crew inside. The fact, yeah, exactly, they didn't care about what they just want to be efficient and practical. Yeah, I mean, there's a video by Laserpick, which I don't fully agree with, on YouTube that you can watch some of the issues that the T-34 had, but I don't fully agree with it because he's trying to make a claim. The Russians were like on the verge of collapse. That was not obviously true at all. I mean, Russians had a lot more resources to go through and a lot more armies that they brought from east and that kind of stuff. There was a lot more factors involved, and the Russians were improving their tanks and that kind of stuff. But yeah, originally when they started making them, mass making them, they were doing a lot of shortcuts on this tank, and there was a lot of inexperienced crew and people working on the stuff that, of course, led to a lot of casualties, maybe unnecessary casualties. But that's war, and they did what they could at the time. But yeah, it was very on paper it was good design, good tank, but then the reality, yes, there was a lot of questions on how good the T-34 really was. Yeah, thanks for understanding, man. CH Brick Productions. Yeah, I mean, because I've been running this channel in English, and I'm gonna continue doing so. A few more wheels. And then I think it was more like Ubermobile. It was like a Russian taxi, Soviet taxi, because you have a bunch of people hopping on it, and then they would just travel around. So in my mind, T-34 was more of a Uber ride than, than it was more an effective Uber ride than a tank. And I do prefer 85 model more. I feel like that was a more effective tank. It had a better gun. It had better turret in general. And I do prefer that tank a lot more than the 76 model, just personally. There's definitely a lot more improvements made to the later models. I think I need one more wheel. Let's go ahead and find this part. Next tank, I'm not sure about the next tank because I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I'm not gonna do as many Brickmania builds at the moment going forward. So this is actually my last tank that I purchased. So I've done Panzer IV. That was before that. Actually made 2 Panzer IVs. So I built those, and then I built in this. If anything else actually comes from the Soviet, so if there's any Soviet tanks, I'm actually will consider picking up Soviet artillery too. So I need a little bit more Soviet equipment. So if any more Soviet tanks that Brickmania will release, I might consider picking up, and definitely looking to build some Soviet artillery. So I'm not sure it's going to be a tank for my next build, but if I get anything Soviet related, I might build that here live as well. But let's see. I don't have anything planned just yet for the next build. Nothing planned just yet. So this is probably my last tank for now, and we'll see what else I might consider getting from Brickmania. But once again, don't be surprised if I get something from them only in November, once they have Black Friday sale. Unless they have some other sales around, then I might get it earlier. But let's see. Brickmania is expensive, so I'm trying to save. So sales is the way to do it. Now we got some wheels in place. We're still missing a wheel here, so I think we have to build it next. Oh yeah. Also Dickimax, yes. I built Dickimax last live stream. I was building Dickimax. That's correct. So for now, that's it. I also have plans. I don't know if you can see it here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a train I wanted to build, and I want to build for a long time. It's a Disney train, but I want to make it a Civil War American train. So maybe I'll be doing that next as well. I also have plans for that. So maybe no tanks for now, and I might do something else. And I also have this kit. I'm considering building. I haven't built this, so this is my backlog. So maybe I'll build this AH gunship, which is Vietnam era helicopter. So this is something maybe I'll build next as well. We'll see. But I haven't decided yet. Panzers were the opposite, really masterfully made, high quality vehicles, and they were expensive. Exactly. It was more difficult to replace, and Germans had a lot more time with Panzers to kind of better the build, to better the quality, and make them as comfortable as possible. And of course, they had some more like tech advancements that maybe Soviets didn't have, especially using the radio. And they use a lot of tactical kind of like they have a like tank tactics when they were using their panzers, and that came from them, already fighting in Europe, European theater in France and in Poland, that kind of stuff. So they already had some experience in the warfare at the time when they invaded Soviet Union. So they were so the German army at the time of invasion of Soviet Union was probably the strongest army on the continent. with the number of people and the number of tanks and that kind of stuff. And of course, not to forget, Germans also had a very strong air force. Even though they lost the Battle of Britain, they still had a very strong air force support. So a lot of like tanks or defenses that were Russians made or Soviets made at the time, they were bombed and annihilated by the air force as well. So it's easier when you, like you say, you're attacking force, and there's like, let's say there's a big convoy of tanks or whatever defenses. I mean, you have a lot of air force coming in bombing like Stukas or whatever Ju-87s, and that's of course I guess big help. And then Russians lost a lot of air force in the first days of the war because they were not expecting. It was it was a bit of a surprise for them, I guess, as far as I understand. So a lot of planes were lost, and then some of the planes were also not up to the standard German or even Axis power standards. So by the time, again, Russians just took them from a lot of time to perfect their fleet, the air force, that kind of stuff. But once they got going, once they moved all productions to, I think, Ural Mountains, they start knocking those T-34s like crazy, like pancakes. And the same thing with Sturmovik, that kind of stuff. They built like a bunch of them. I mean, in thousands. So I mean, and then again, as good as German tanks were maybe at the time, they couldn't keep up with the number of Russian tanks. And of course, you have the Land-Lease Americans that also helped out a lot. You have Americans helping out with the tanks and Shermans, that kind of stuff. You had Shermans in the Soviet forces as well. Let me see where this goes. Yeah, so you have many factors involved in the World War II. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying here, Oscar H. Totally agree with you, Oscar H. Pro Pig, what's going on, Pro Pig? Thanks for coming by, man. I love your name. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. I appreciate that. How was the Dick Max build? It was good. It was fun. I built on like this random time and trying to finish it off that other day. I think was it Saturday I was building it. And oh boy, let me tell you, it was like 3-hour long live stream. And from the looks of it, this might be just as long as well. But I really want to get that Dick and Max done. It was fun. It was good. So basically, high numbers, high versus high tech. The Vietnam proved that to the Americans. Yeah, exactly. It was just a numbers game. Of course, if Germans maybe didn't have two fronts, kind of war happening, maybe they had more resources. I mean, again, you can play that game as you want. Of course, the reality is what happened has happened. But maybe at some point, the Russians would run out of, Soviets would run out of, equipment or whatever. But again, at the end of the game, the odds was stacked against the Germans, no matter how you put it. The people-wise, the resource-wise, it was just not working out for them. It doesn't matter how good they were at what they did, military-wise. The numbers were just not in their favor. Yeah, and it's like World War II is really fascinating to me. I mean, this year I got really into it. Of course, when I had free time now, like watching YouTube and. But now again, summer's over. Back to the reality. More work, less time for this hobby. So let's see how the rest of the year gonna go for me with this channel. But I know I said it already a bunch of times. I'm still pretty happy with what I have accomplished this year. I feel that I cranked out a bunch of videos, I did a bunch of live streams. I'm still pretty happy of how much stuff I was able to do for this channel this year. Considering that I'm still working. Yeah. So I give props to all these YouTubers that, are able to juggle, YouTube channels and then personal life. And that ain't easy. All right, where is this piece? Okay, maybe I don't need this piece. Let's see. I do need this piece. I need 2 of them. Yeah, I need this piece. What's your favorite Brickmania tank? My favorite Brickmania tank at the moment, I have to say it is probably Tiger 131. That's the one I'm liking the most at the moment. Yeah. Design-wise, build-wise, the latest one. I know like it got a lot of flack, and a lot of people commenting about the 3D printed barrel, that kind of hate or whatnot. I have no problem with that. I mean, I think it looks really nice. It's a sturdy model. It looks exactly like Tiger should look like. Don't have problem with the 3D printed elements either. So yeah, I think at the moment that's my favorite tank. And I think followed by Panzer IV. I like the Panzer IV, especially with those 3D printed elements as well added. Looks really good. Yeah, that's my probably Brickmania tank ranking. I do also have Abrams tank, but I won't say it's my favorite. I like it. I like my Abrams tank in combination with the heads. So you have a heads kind of towing the Abrams. I think like that look is really awesome. But at the moment, I think a Tiger 131 is my favorite Brickmania tank. Yes. I like to build Messerschmitt 262 Schwabel as well. It just looks cool. Also, the fastest plane. Yes, it's the fastest jet plane. It's one of the first jet planes used in World War II. I have I have the first in the world in the world jet bomber, which is Arado, the Arado plane. So I have that one. That's an awesome plane. So I'm really happy I have that in my collection. So I have the first jet bomber, but the 262 is just the fighter, which is also nice. Yo, I'm a fan from Vietnam. Thanks. Cool. Vietnam is far out, and I appreciate you guys watching me all the way from Asia, East Asia. Very nice. And stepping by and say hi. The 262 would be fun build. Yes, it would be a fun build. Brickmania had it, designed by Cody Cell, and that was a nice kid I really considered picking up. And you know, Cody Cell is a nice designer, but I never did. Kind of regret it a little bit now, but at least I have a Rado plane. To my faith, thank you very much. Appreciate that for the kind comment. We won the T-34 for Christmas, but it was a bit too expensive for me. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of expensive. But there's but the Brickmania also have digital instructions of T-34. So if you wanted the older version, you probably can bricklink the parts and get the sticker sheet. So if you want it cheaper. And I actually wanted the 85. This is T-34 76 model. I was looking to get 85, but I missed on that, and it was sold out on Brickisimo. But I'm still pretty happy with this, so this is good. I would like to get a Sherman, but it's out of my price range. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Brickmania is expensive. Not gonna lie, it's expensive, and I've been slowing down Brickmania too. Definitely will be waiting for the discounts from Brickisimo on Black Friday. And I have to say that the Sherman, the latest Sherman that they have, it's actually on quite friendly price range. So it's not actually that expensive, considering the other kits, considering Brickmania other kits. So I would recommend that Sherman. It's a nice Sherman build. It's very sturdy. I think I made a video on it. I have it somewhere here. Hold on. Do I have the Sherman somewhere around? I do. It's a nice. Hold on a sec. I'll grab it in a sec. All right, I'm back. Yeah, this is the new Sherman by Brickmania, and I personally like this one the most from all the Shermans that Brickmania released. I think the scale is right. It's not too huge. It's very sturdy, and it looks really good. I think it looks really accurate to the early war M4 Shermans. So I really liking this one. This guy here. This is a nice tank, and it's not super expensive either because you can get the sticker version. Because if you get the tank without the add-on printed pack, then it's like $200 something. And I think this is the best Sherman that they have. I personally like this one even more than the Fury. I like the Fury Sherman that they have, Easy 8, but the only reason I would get the Fury Sherman is to get the minifix. I like it just for the fix, nothing else though. I would like to build the ME 160. Yes, that's a nice one. That's a nice one as well. How's getting parts from the digital instructions and building? Is it easy? It's a little bit pain if you go to Bricklink, but it's a lot cheaper. Like I mentioned before, I built digitally the F-14 Tomcat, so I have to get like different sellers from Bricklink. And of course, you have to pay shipping from that, but overall, it's still cheaper. Because if I talk about F-14, I think I spent $300 on brand new parts. Everything was brand new. When the kit itself was going for, like at the time, like 600 or something. I mean, the older kit, Cody Cell kit, right? But the new one with the printed stuff is like 1,200 or something. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, it's worth price wise. But of course, it's extra work because you have to order from Bricklink and different sellers, that kind of stuff, and you have to wait for the parts to arrive. But the Brickmania does it easy for you. They actually give you the import file, so when you load the file, you have the list of all the parts. So this makes it easy. Your English accent is better than some of my Vietnamese teachers. Not gonna lie. Thank you, appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. You guys come here for English. That's the place to go. Let's talk. I love to build SDK Puma to German military, which is too cool. What did Nazis have to be so cool? Bro, I think you're loving Nazis a little too much now, huh? The Puma is cool though. It's a cool build. There's a store called on the Instagram. You can look them up. It's World War II WW2 story Lego storyteller. That's the name, I think. World War II Lego storyteller, or just a World War II storyteller. I can't remember, something like that. And he's actually selling Puma build. I think he's based in Europe somewhere, and you can get this SDKFZ Puma from the guy. And I think it's like $165 or euros, which isn't too bad. I actually thought about it, but dang, that's nice. Yeah, the Sherman is nice. I like this Sherman a lot. Again, in my opinion, I think it's better than the Fury. Because I heard the Fury is not very sturdy built. This one is solid. This is a solid build right here. I would recommend this one. And it's cheaper too, so. Let's get with the build. Yeah, but Brickmania should release Puma as well or something. Puma is a nice SDK. I'm surprised they haven't done one in a long time. I mean, Brickmania can redesign and release a bunch of stuff. I think they can revisit their many of the things. Including some of the SDKFZs for sure. I think we got the wheels in place. What you guys think about those hold wheels? About them hold wheels. right, we'll get 6 of those. 2 of those here. Here we go. Just went to the Brickmania store and they had a cool kit. I was looking for a cheaper tank, but they didn't have any. Yeah, the cheapest tank I've got was on sale, and it was the Stewart, M4 Stewart. Yeah, it was Stewart. That's the cheapest one I got, the Stewart, the light tank. So maybe if they have some of those, I think I paid less than 200. It was like 170 or something like that I paid. It was nice built. It was nice built. So you probably can get a smaller, like light tank if you want to go on the cheaper side. But yeah, for the medium tank, and talk about American tank, you cannot, I think, do better than this Sherman right here. Sick. Yeah. Thank you, Dream Bull Content. Appreciate you coming by, checking out the live stream. All right, got to go. Bye. It's pretty nice watching the stream. Thank you. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me at least for a little bit. So I appreciate everyone who comes by and at least says hi. That's very nice of you guys. What's your favorite? Yeah, no. Talk to you later. That was cool if you're from Vietnam too. That was nice. What's your favorite World War I tank? Oh, World War I tank. This is interesting. I think I like this French tank, whatever, Charlene. I forgot the name of that one. That's a nice one. And this A7V from by Germans is also cool. I think the World War I tanks that I like is the one from the video game, from the Battlefield 1. And that's kind of like what I'm going off, because if those were in the game, then I'm kind of liking them. Yeah, maybe not the best best explanation, but yeah. I mean, there wasn't. I mean, the British made a bunch of tanks, right, during World War One. Those are cool. Those Mark ones. But I think I like the Charlemagne, and then I like the German box tank a lot too. And Brickmania haven't done those, like German. They can revisit that A7V as well tank. They haven't done that. They haven't redesigned that in a while as well. Something that maybe they can also go back and visit. But I'm not sure how popular are their World War I kits, because at least what I've seen, if you go to Brickmania site, there's a lot of World War I stuff that's on sale. So I'm not sure if it sells well. But I'm sure tanks will sell well, even if they are the World War I tanks. I'll probably consider getting the German A7V, if I'm saying it correctly. I would probably consider getting that tank. That was a cool tank, with the machine guns sticking out everywhere. Something I would consider getting. Okay, wheels, you keep falling off on me like that. What's going on? Kind of reminds me of the Max build. The same issue. Every time I press on something, the wheels will pop off. Like, so it's a bit difficult. Like, if I put it on the table and start pressing on it, I feel like it's gonna. Maybe not. Let's see. Maybe I should build it like this instead of holding it in my hands. Let's see. It did not work with Max. When I was pressing on Max, like the wheels would come off if I press too hard. So let's see if this is gonna be okay. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. It works. Renault tank. Oh, totally forgot about that one. The small Renault tank is my favorite. Yeah, it's nice. And Brickmania, I think, re-released it. I think they made like the budget version of it without a minifig. I haven't seen it on the Brickmania reseller yet, but it's a cool tank. I agree with you. Favorite tank, first tank ever with a turret on top. Yes, I agree. I've got a custom Lego one. Nice. Rico, hi Rula. Hi, how's it going, Rico? Thanks for coming by and say hi. Appreciate that. And thanks for saying it twice. Yeah, thanks. There's quite a lot of people. I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be like early morning in the United States. It's a daytime here in Europe. I think people busy working school, but quite a lot of you guys came by and say hi to me. Really appreciate that. Very nice. Maybe I should do more of those spontaneous streams because every time I schedule one, I mean, when you schedule one, at least you get the same people to hang out with. But now I've been seeing definitely a lot more new faces here. So it's very cool. Very nice to meet more people. Of course, Oscar H, I've seen you before many times, but I'm talking about others that I haven't really seen before on my channel. That's cool. That's very nice. I think I'm building an engine now. So this is supposed to be that like engine you put inside the tank. I'm kind of guessing it's going to be for here, for the back. Some more comments. I also have that kit. Nice. Ordered back earlier this year when there was a sale going on Brickmania. Yeah, that's the thing about Brickmania, and they have a lot of sales happening. I'm getting my stuff from reseller, which is Brickmania, and the sales are like once a year on Black Friday. that's what I'm waiting for. And then I bet you next Black Friday they're not gonna have any tanks for sale, unfortunately. So yeah, so before I missed out on this one, I had to pick it up. Your video might help me to decide when to build it. Okay, yeah, well, good. Yeah, I've been on like a tank streak, World War II tank streak, past this week, last week, and week before that. So if you check out some of my videos, it's been nothing than just tanks. So I finally got to this one. Finally got to the Soviet. It's actually my first Soviet tanks in my collection that I've built. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Might go for the Leo 2A6 or the Sherman Abrams. Nice. Leo is a cool tank. Actually, I know somebody who is selling one on Instagram. So there's a guy, German Brick fan. He said he wants to get rid of his Leo 2A6, but he likes the kit. And he asked me if I want to buy it, but I actually kind of trying to limit my collection a little bit because I have quite a lot of stuff now, quite a lot of kits, and I have really like lack of space. Honestly, I know it's a good problem to have, but I don't have a lot of space to display it. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to kind of concentrate now on World War II stuff and limit myself to the era, like World War II and even some specific countries. So I kind of stopped collecting the modern stuff, unfortunately. Although the Leo is super nice and the Abrams is nice, I don't think I'll be collecting any more modern stuff. I saw a really good World War I trench battle diorama on Beyond the Brick. Gonna build something like that as well. Yeah, Beyond the Brick is a good channel. It has a bunch of crazy stuff in there. Lots of awesome MOCs from different kind of shows. Yeah, World War I is definitely an interesting conflict for sure as well. I mean, World War I was basically what led to World War II. So yeah, for sure, definitely interesting conflict and how it went about and how we have all those kings and tsars and emperors, and now how we got into what we have now. So yeah, World War I is definitely interesting conflict, but I feel like from the technology point of view, everything was so in infancy. Like you talk about the planes, I mean, it's all kicked off the advancements in the kind of war technologies and industry, but it's still not as advanced. When you look at World War II, you see a lot of more advanced things. Like you have the tanks, what they kind of resemble now, tanks and the planes. And so to me, World War II is a little bit more interesting from a historical point of view, and also from just the tech vehicles and that kind of stuff. So I don't collect World War One for Brickmania, but I do have some of the minifigs. I do have a Stormtrooper. Had some more minifigs, but I sold them off already. So yeah, World War One is definitely cool, but not something I'll be interested. Other than the tanks, like I said before, I might consider getting a World War One tank in the future. But let's see. Yeah, so we have engine inside the engine bay. That was kind of cool. So you get that engine detail here on the T-34, which is nice. Same thing for me. Huge backlog. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get through as much as possible the backlog, and I've been actually pretty good this summer. So I have a little bit of free time. There's going to be a lot less of free time coming in September for me. That's why I'm trying to get as much as possible now while I'm on vacation. And yeah, I've been actually pretty good with my building and backlogs and my videos. I mean, every week I've been doing something on YouTube. So I've been pretty consistent so far. It's probably going to change starting next month. Most likely it will change again. But I'm pretty happy. For the past half a year, 8 months, I've been pretty good with YouTube and building kits. Does Brickmania still makes World War One kits? They do. But the thing is, I feel like maybe it's not doing that great for them, as there's a bunch of them right now on sale on their website. A lot of the aircrafts is on sale from World War One, but I think tanks are doing good. Like they just re-released the new Renault tank, the smaller, whatever it's called, like F whatever, for like $100 or less, the budget version. So yeah, they still do World War One kits, I think. Leopard 2 is one of, if not the best tanks in the world in terms of looks, in my opinion. Super sleek, elegant. Oscar, man, you're really into German vehicles, man. You're kind of like me. I'm still like becoming a big fan of German vehicles as well. Sleek, elegant looking, always cool cam. Yeah, it's a very effective tank as well. It's really easy to operate. And then Leo 2, I think it was made in like combination with help of Americans. So it's a lot of whatever came into the Abrams design is also came to the Leopard. So it's actually a good tank. I don't think maybe not the best technically advanced tank, but it's a good tank nonetheless. And the funny thing about this Leo 2, I thought when I was reading with this Ukrainian conflict, and they were showing how many countries have how many Leopards, and apparently, like I would think the tank is made in Germany. You think Germany will have the most Leopards, but it's not true. There's like other countries in Europe that have more German-made tanks than Germany. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I think Greece had more Leopards than actual Germany has. So go figure that. How much does your collection cost? Oh boy, yeah. Hey, what's up, Leo? I have no idea. I have quite a number of kits though. I've been selling some here and there, just to make space. But yeah, I say definitely over 10,000 maybe spent already. But I've been collecting for like 3 years, Brickmania. So yeah, I'll say that. But some stuff I might consider selling. But yeah, I spent a lot of money. I spent too much money on Brickmania. I've been a huge sponsor of Brickmania, which, yeah, I guess my personal decision, I would not recommend that because it's very expensive. Of course, I would not suggest, spending this much money for this. It's just a kind of Lego and hobby. But again, kind of my decision that I'm responsible for, good or bad. And of course, I've been kind of doing it because of budgeting. So I maybe like leave a little bit of money every month for this hobby. And it's just very important if you do spend on Lego or whatever. But then there's people spend on Lego more. I don't buy that much Lego. I just kind of stick to this military stuff mostly, and I budget. That's important. so you don't dip into savings and that kind of stuff. So if I buy a kit, I'll buy like one kit, like this one, for example, and that's it. That'll be my whole month of Brickmania. And if you don't make that much money, I would say even budget less, spend less, maybe get like one minifig a month. But I wouldn't even suggest that because Brickmania is very expensive. I don't suggest buying Brickmania, honestly. Especially nowadays when the economy is doing not so great and you know what to expect in the future. You might as well invest the money in something else. So yeah, I don't recommend this. Premium stuff, expensive stuff. Kind of, I like the same for me with time for building recently. Yeah, summertime is like for me is a good time because of vacations, so I get to do this now. But we'll see what happens later. Yeah, I love German machines, although the British Centurion is still probably my favorite tank overall. It's not the best tank, but it's my favorite. I really like the French Leclerc. I think that's one of the better tanks. Centurion is also good, though. I agree. British Centurion is really good. I mean, there's a lot of good modern tanks, especially European ones. For sure. For sure. Let's continue with the build. Otherwise, I'll be here for another 2 hours. So let's get on with it. Let's get on with the building. But yeah. Yeah, Centurion is a good tank. I've seen one in person here in Estonia because they had NATO. They have British NATO forces stationed here, I think. I mean, they also have American stationed here. But we had one of the like military Independent Day parades, and I think they had a British. They had a British tank. They had a British Challenger tank actually. That British Challenger tank. Yeah, I was thinking Challenger. I don't know why I was thinking Centurion. I'm getting my British tanks mixed up now. Sorry. I'm getting my British tanks mixed up. I gave my World War II and my modern tanks. But it's your fault, Oscar. You talk about World War II stuff, then you talk about modern stuff, then I'm getting I'm getting confused now. I gotta blame you on this. I'm just kidding. It's all good. All good. Yeah, but the Challenger, I was about to say, the Challenger tank is really good. And that's the one I've seen in person. I've seen the Challenger tank about half a year ago here in Estonia. And some British APCs. I can't remember which ones there were. That was cool to see. And then also I've seen a few Apache helicopters flying around here. Not anymore, like early in the year, because I think they were doing some aerial trainings. Some NATO trainings here locally. Yeah, but yeah, Centurion for sure. It's a great tank. I agree. World War II tank. 100% agree on that. What's your favorite bomber? Mine is HE-111. Yeah, it's a really good plane. Really good one. I think I have to go with the American. I think B-17 is my favorite World War II bomber. I think I have to go with that. But HE-111 is really awesome. 111 is really awesome. German tank. That's how you know the stream is getting too long. German bomber. I agree with it. It looks so good. And then Cody Ocell. Oh my god, he did such a great job designing that kit from Brickmania. And that's the thing. Back then, when Cody Cell was there, I was not so much into Brickmania as I am now, I guess. And I wasn't buying all this awesome kits that he had. I mean, they were cheap. They were cheaper because maybe not a lot of printing going on. But man, let me tell you, there was some really good designs. I was so close one time picking up his Stuka back then, because he did this JU 80, was it 87 Stuka plane, and with the yellow nose. And man, I was like so tempted, but at the time I was like, man, it's expensive. At the time, I was actually a reasonable person. I was like, okay, it's expensive. I should not buy it. Unlike now, I'm like, oh, it's expensive. Okay, I'm still gonna get it. But at the time, I was like, that's like too expensive for a toy, for a Lego toy, and kind of skipped on a lot of those pretty cool older designs that Brickmania used to make. But of course, some of the stuff improved. I feel like if you look at the Tiger Tank, I feel like the Tiger Tank, the new one from Dan Siskett is a whole lot better than the old one. So I guess it depends what kit you're talking about. And yeah, and I think they had this B-17 instructions available, but I don't know what happened to them. I think they removed those. In my opinion, Brickmania has kind of fallen. I honestly feel like the kit is like, it's like how can I say it? It's a hit or miss with the kits. Like you can get a really good kit, or you can get a really crappy kit. So it's a hit and miss for past like 2 years, I think. It depends on the designer. Because like it used to be like with Corey Cell, like you can see he consistently makes some decent kits, but now it's like some designers make a good one, some of them not so good. So it's like hit or miss with some kits. And same thing with Dan Siskett, I noticed too. Some stuff he makes is great, some stuff he makes is like, okay, why is this falling apart so easily? Although they claim they QC their stuff and they make sure it's sturdy. Like some stuff is, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's hit and miss. But I can say from the minifig point of view, I feel like it went down the hill for Brickmania. Honestly, like I haven't been buying their standalone minifigs at all because they're just so similar to TMC now in design, and I feel like they're worse quality than TMC. I really miss their texture printing and that kind of stuff. And then the prices went up on the minifigs on top of that. So yeah, so I only been like very selective with buying the minifigs, and I'm not buying as many as I used to. So like let's say like a year ago, I would buy like almost every other release from Brickmania minifigs, like whatever the Lando would release some stuff, I would get it. Now I'm like very selective, so I don't buy as many minifigs from them as I used to. That's one thing for sure I've noticed. But the kits is hit and miss. Like some stuff is good, some stuff is not so good. That's my opinion. I'm sorry, you might mention that before, but are you originally from Estonia? Yes, that's correct. I'm from Estonia, and I live in Estonia. Brickmania Century is really, really good. I'm gonna take the inspiration. Yeah, but they don't sell it anymore. I think when I asked that, but it's really good. It's really good. I agree. It's one kit I wish I picked up when I had a chance. The price jump destroyed my wallet. Yeah, the price. I mean, again, they're trying to justify it with like they're using prints now, but honestly, I don't know if prints are really that much more expensive. Because, like I said, I keep going back to Kobe example. Kobe does a lot of prints, and their kits are like, 30, 40 euros, $40, and they have tons of prints as well. They print on the pieces, no problem, and that doesn't cost it that much. So I don't know what's the deal, but of course, then the inflation, the prices going up, that's impacts everyone, including Brickmania. But they just have to be more selective of what you get, and if you're in the States, definitely take advantage of those sales if you are considering buying Brickmania. Definitely take advantage of those sales. Look, if I was in the States, I would not buy a Brickmania kit without a sale. There's no way. Like they have sales almost like every other week, so might as well just wait. And now they have like website sales, and on top of those sales, you can add their coupon sales, so you can even drop more on some of the kits. Yeah, so definitely find the ways to save money. That's all I'm gonna say, especially nowadays. Be responsible, guys. Don't be like me. I'm an example of how not to be, okay, guys? Just look at me and don't do it. No, but seriously, like I mentioned, I had my whole video out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I put it there. My last BKM sale, a question mark, and that's true. This is my kit BKM sale, and that's true. I am not looking to get any of the kits until Black Friday rolls in. So I'm gonna hold off until then, and I have still some stuff I want to build, so I have some backlog I can go through. So don't worry, guys. There'll still be content coming in, not as much, and not as many kit hauls as before, maybe. But then I'll still figure something out for this channel. Unless Brickmania comes out with something really amazing. I don't know what that can be, but something like really, really cool for World War II. Then I might consider some like really must-have thing. But at the moment, I'm gonna try to save some coins. That's kind of my goal. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on eBay too. I was also considering, like, oh man, there's some good stuff that may be used, may be open, but it's so much cheaper on eBay. Like maybe there's no need to go to Brickmania anymore, to BKM. Just get on eBay, save some money there. So I might do that. I might get something from eBay. Sketch with the chat. I started to buy Kobe and it's a lot cheaper. Yes, Kobe is a lot cheaper. And then brick quality is not bad at all, I personally think. Like I think it's almost on par with Lego. So for sure, Kobe's not bad. I have a couple of the kits. Dan said the company's really feeling the effect of economic crisis. Okay, had to let Dylan go as well. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's a little crazy. They let go a lot of people. They had a lot more designers, I think, last year. Even this kit was designed by, who is this guy? Nathan Parker, and I think he no longer works for Brickmania. So they let go a lot of people. So yeah, there's definitely something happening. And it makes sense because, again, prices went up. It got so much more expensive now. People have other priorities instead of, I think we have some printed parts now. You have your priorities. You gotta eat, man. Like, listen, I gotta eat. I'm gonna sell all this stuff. I don't have no problem selling this. So people have other things in life they have to worry about now. I think because things ain't getting cheap. So I get it. I'm sure a lot of people stop buying their stuff. Or not buying it as much. So yeah, they have to also. Brickmania probably has to watch the cost and they let go a lot of stuff. A lot of people. Lando left. There's a bunch of designers that left. I think the biggest loss for the Brickmania, or me personally, like at least I've noticed, is Cody Ocell left. He made some really good stuff. Really talented designer. You can get Brick Veteran, but now I know I can't get it because it's just I'm in another country. So getting that shipped to me is like way too expensive. So yeah, not happening. But if you guys in the States, at least you still have Cody Ocell designs, which is good. from Brick Veteran, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day it's gonna be just Dan Siskin designing everything for Brickmania. It's gonna come down to that. Be there alone, putting the kits together. Didn't they fire a bunch of employees at Brickmania? Yeah, that's what I think. Right. Rico was trying to say. Have a few Kobe sets, and they Kobe, Kobe. Oh boy, the stream is getting too long. I have a few Cody sets, and they are really good. Exactly. I built this. Like I built this Dicka Max last time, and the build techniques used for that was just phenomenal. Like it was such a great. There's just the build techniques, right? Like how you get all the sloping and angles and all that stuff in there. And that was designed by Tiger 131, which is Umar. That was amazing. And on par with some of the stuff that I built from Cody Osel on par. Like F14, I built from him. It's the same. All these techniques and how you get the shape. It's great. It's awesome. Actually, I still have his F18 in the box. I haven't opened it. And now I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to open this F18 Super Hornet as kind of went up in price. I mean, it was kind of expensive back then as well, but now I think it's like it was like a limited run kit. So for me, I feel like if I open that kit, there has to be some kind of maybe some kind of special occasion or something. I don't know, but yeah. But the Cody Osel, he's very, very, definitely a very talented builder. So I wish he never left Brickmania so I can enjoy his Brickmania designs. But oh well, you gotta do what's best for you, right? So that's probably a reason why he left. I mean, this building is good too. Like you can tell, it's like bricks on top of bricks, so it's very sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. But when you get to this like angle builds, that gets tricky, and then it's very interesting how some designers handle those things. But yeah, definitely the F14 was very intricate and nice build. And then Dicka Max, I mean, I haven't built anything like that. That was very cool. From kids, I only have Dan and Andrea now and then. Yeah, but yeah, from Andrea, I don't know which one, the Italian guy. I have his BF 109. I have his Arado, so I have two of his kits. For Andreas, if you talk about this Norwegian dude, I have, I think, only two of his kits. I have his SDKFZ 4, which is this radio truck, and I think I still have his. The kit I'm trying to sell is the World Brick exclusive from 2022. This is like ATV. I'm trying to actually sell that kit. I put it on eBay yesterday or 2 days ago. So that's what I'm trying to sell. So I only have two of his kits. And I also had his Norwegian truck, but I sold that one. So yeah, there's a couple of kits I have from him. He's cool, but I'm not planning to get anything else from his designs. He has some cool stuff though. He had this latest kit, this World War II. What's his name? Greyhound? Yeah, Greyhound, I think. That was nice. I was considering that kit, and of course he had those Indiana Jack. He had those Indiana Jack kits. Yeah, Greyhounds. I think he's really so. I was also considering that, but those Indiana Jones kits from Brickmania are very expensive, so I was like, I'm gonna skip it. Skip on those, although they're great. I'm gonna pass. I passed on all the Indiana Jones kits. But yeah, cool designers. And Dan, my favorite Dan kit is definitely Tiger 131. And his worst kit is F117, F117 Nighthawk. Such a terrible kit. I was really disappointed in that one. Thankfully sold it. Do you like Lego Star Wars? I do. I like Lego Star Wars. I have a couple of Star Wars. I haven't built. I have a couple of sets just sitting in the box for now. The biggest one I actually want to build, and I have still in the box, it's Mos Eisley Cantina. So maybe one day I'll get to build that alive. Let's see. I like Star Wars though. It's good. It's cool. Are you a fan of Indiana Jones? I am. I like Indiana Jones, but I would like Lego to release Indiana Jones kits, not Brickmania, because those are expensive. Just too much money. Need to go now. Enjoy watching the build. Bye. Thanks, Rico, for stopping by. I appreciate you coming by and saying hi, hanging out with me, asking me some cool questions. And good luck with your collection and with your builds. Hope you get to build this T-34 as well. So far, it's going good. Yeah, but thank you, and take care. Yeah, but the Indiana Jones I like. But I wish Lego would release more of those Indiana Jones kits. Like they had those back in the day, quite a number of those. Then I'll get them instead of paying like $200 for biplane. Okay, used to get 2 planes for like under what $40 back then from Lego. And I get it. Like you get all these prints and you get the designs and I heard of all that. But still, the fact of the matter, you're paying $200 for a plane. Like I'm not doing that. Sorry. Nope. I'm buying a tank because Lego will never release a tank. But I'll just rather wait for Lego to come up with something with this Indiana Jones. I don't know if they're gonna make more Indiana Jones sets. If not, then the ones that they have, I'll be happy with those. Yeah, but Indiana Jones is cool. Because Indiana Jones, in some ways, it's still connected to World War II. It's kind of like in the same period, I guess. So from there, it's nice to be able to get some of those kits. I mean, the older all the Lego kits are like super expensive right now, which is a shame. If I knew they're gonna go up in price that much, I'll be buying them like 3 years back already on eBay. I'm making some progress, which is good. So I'm not just sitting here and talking. There's some build progress happening here. A slow one. Okay, I'm looking for this right here. Yes. So we need one more of those. Got to go. Bye. Yeah, take care. ProPig, thank you for coming by. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me for all this time. I appreciate that. Definitely big thanks. I don't buy Lego Star Wars anymore because it's all just overpriced remakes of old sets. Yeah, I know it's overpriced, but think about Brickmania. That's even that's even more overpriced. It's just overpriced remakes of old sets I had when I was a kid, which is I prefer to the newer ones anyways. Probably nostalgia biases. Yeah, I hear you. There's some older stuff from Lego is actually kind of cool too. I know like some of the minifigs are not the same. But I was looking at some of the older Star Wars and I was like, okay, those sets are actually cool, even for their age. Yeah, for sure. And I get you, I understand. They do a lot of the remakes, for sure. They did the gunship. But I feel like Star Wars is like they make the remakes and this like small stuff targeting kids, so they make it very simple. And then they go target the adults with Star Wars, and then they end up making like $600, $300, $400 huge UCS sets, huge play sets. So like you got this two sides of Star Wars. You got one which is like again maybe like okay, mediocre stuff, maybe like you said, bunch of stuff maybe are not super great and remakes. And you got this other side of Star Wars when they're like, okay, we're gonna try to bring all the adults here so they can open up their wallets and and sponsor Lego now. And I think from that point, from that point, Lego is just trying to make money. That's what's going on here. So there's a lot of like Star Wars stuff that I feel like was like, I'm not gonna pay that much for any of the Star Wars. Just too expensive. And like I know like like who's talking? Like I'm spending that much money on Brickmania, but yeah, but Star Wars, man, like some of the stuff is just. I mean, this Lego Star Wars. A lot of it is not no longer for kids at all. They're going for adults. They're going for that deep pockets. Because I mean, the kids can't afford this UCS stuff. I mean, you can. I mean, unless the parents buy it, but then yeah, some of this like the UCS gunship, like you can't afford that. But some stuff they're bringing back, I'm actually kind of happy. I might consider getting the gunship, like the smaller gunship, because I missed on that one when that came out. So I don't know. So some Star Wars is okay. Some Star Wars is very expensive, and some Star Wars it's easier just to skip. As I agree, it is overpriced. Did I get all of it? I think so. Good. So yeah, this build I can tell already, like going from Dicker Max to this one, this is a whole lot more of a simpler technique, which I do kind of appreciate as this doesn't make my brain work too much, too hard here, and there's a lot of less smaller pieces because then Dicker Max is like a lot of tiny little pieces, and you do a lot of the snot technique, and you flip things and you connect them. Like it was such a intricate building. Here is a lot more like straightforward, which in some ways I do enjoy, like the little simpler thing, so you don't have to really think about it too much on where goes where, or what goes where. So sometimes the simple stuff is also enjoyable. Actually, this one, I think it goes like this. There we go. Yeah, making some progress, slowly but surely. Lego literally designs a new Temple of Doom set and cancel us. Yeah, that was such a shame. I 100% agree with you. That's such a shame. And cancel last minute because of the gruesome, heart ripping Indian ritual. Even though they made in 2000s, they're so sensitive nowadays. Yeah, everything is so sensitive nowadays. They're trying to like not to offend anyone, and that's what they were doing with this Star Wars. That's why they will never make this re-release of Star Wars. What's this? What's this set called? Jabba Hut. So we'll never make the Jabba Hut Palace anymore because it resembles like a mosque or something, right? So this sense, or like this Osprey rescue thing. Supposedly it was licensed by the company Sikorsky or whatever, the Boeing, that maybe licensed like a military equipment. So now everything military related, they're very sensitive about, or like I said, everything that can offend somebody. This, I don't know. Like it just, I feel like now they're putting themselves in this box, often kind of limiting themselves of what they can or cannot do. But in other ways, it's a bit odd because they do a lot of like they do the Stranger Things, and Stranger Things line was very like if you really watch the show, it's very gruesome. You have like also blood and like monsters like ripping people's faces and whatever kind of stuff. But they made that show for some reason. So I don't know. Like some stuff they make makes sense. Some of it kind of doesn't, because that show was definitely like adult based show, and they had no problems. No problems there. I don't know what's behind Lego's logic. So I don't see any problems with that. I don't see any problems with Indiana Jones making like German soldiers. What can they re-release? For example, that German truck scene. I think that'd be very cool. But like I said, just Lego just puts themselves in this weird box now, which yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is way too sensitive now with everything. Late 2000s was when the Lego sets peaked. Well, I mean, it depends how you look at it. Yes, they had a lot of stuff there. They had a lot of things there were that they would never release now. From that point, I agree. I think Lego as Lego medium, I think it was very good in maybe, yeah, like in 2000s range, 2010 maybe, because there was not as much of this kind of, there's not a lot of people were involved in it. It was not as popular. Even though still kind of had that Lego kits kind of playability, but now it's like it transitioned to something else. Now it's like they're targeting different audiences. They're looking for adults. They're making all those crazy huge sets. So in some ways now it's still like a really good time to be in Lego, as you do get lots of options. I mean, I don't think Lego ever released as many sets as they've been releasing last year or this year. And some of the quality of the sets are amazing. I mean, you look at this ATT Star Wars ATT UCS set. That's amazing. Let's look at not slave one, but what's his name? Mandalorian ship, whatever it's called. I forgot the name of that one. Look at some of this creator expert stuff they make in architects. I mean, the quality is just there. It's great. So now it's really a good place to be, because people like last year or whatever, they had time and they have money. The adults, they really put a lot of money into Lego. Lego's doing really well. So from that point, depends how you look at it. Lego as the Lego, yes, 2000s, 2010s, a really great time. But now going to this now adult-driven side of things, then now I think there's a whole lot more options. But again, now it's like you're making a toy for adults, basically. That's what's happening, and because they're just looking for money. That's the bottom line here. So maybe with that, of course, Lego is losing some of its, I think, I agree, some of the charm that they used to have before. But it's whatever. If people buying it, adults are into it. They're buying all the Star Wars sets that are like $100. Like, let them do it. And good on them. So at the end of the day, they're still a corporation. They don't care about you. They just care about making money. You buy this stuff, though. Well, good. So yeah. But I noticed that although they have so many options and so many sets out right now, I'm not too interested in many of them. Like I'm looking at some of the stuff. Like, just to be honest, like, oh wow, they have like Eiffel Tower. That's awesome. Like, I would love to have it, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get the Eiffel Tower because it's too big. It's too expensive. I don't know what to do with it. I have no space. Same thing with all those UCS sets. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of space, can afford it, and can place it somewhere. I know I can. So I've been like, I would like you just said, Oscar. I would probably be more interested on getting some of this Indiana Jones sets if they were out now than, for example, all those crazy big UCS sets. Me being an adult, right? I'm more interested in that part of Lego than in a part of that they're doing now with all this huge displays and that kind of stuff. As weird as it sounds, right? And as high quality some of the stuff is, I'm not interested in it. So yeah. So I agree with you on that one. And let's see how long it's gonna go for, because honestly, the times are getting tight. There's not a lot of money out there, dude. A lot of disposable income just to be thrown around. So let's see. Maybe some good Black Friday sales coming in. But I still like the modulars. The modular buildings are still nice. It's something I'm still consider buying. But other than that, I'm not interested in anything else. That and like creator expert. So there's two things I'm interested in Lego. I might consider getting modulars, which I haven't been really buying in a while, and creator expert train sets. Not the city train sets, the creator expert train sets if they release anything. And that's pretty much it. And once in a while I get the Star Wars sets, but very, very rarely. Like you said, I feel like they also are a bit overpriced. Let's see how many of those. What is this? I think this is the 2 wide. I think this is the 2 wide Bricklink track right here. Brickmania track link. 55 of those. Ooh, fun times. Fun times. Gotta go, man. It's been good chatting. Yeah, thanks, Oscar. It was really nice. You had some really good questions and comments. I really appreciate you coming by. It was definitely you made my building a whole lot more entertaining. Definitely brought some good topics. Maybe have me considering buying some older some older Lego sets. But I know those are expensive. Maybe I guess get something used, some used Indiana Jones sets. But let's see. But thanks for coming by and have a good day, man. Ooh, we got the broken one. That warms my heart hearing that. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. It was a lot of fun. You hanging out here. Appreciate that you coming. Definitely, definitely some interesting topics. And good luck with your Lego building and your mock building as well. Hope I'll see you soon on one of my live streams again. Not the broken one. I have 2 broken track links. What? So 55 of those we need. We got one side of the track. Oh boy. So I built those in increments of 10, just easier for me. And 5 more. So this worked out kind of perfect because those two right here, so I have exact amount. I guess they give you extra because the stuff they gave you. So this is 2 extras and those 2 extras are busted. So this is a good thing that they give you a little bit of extra because look, those are definitely damaged. So it's a good idea that they give you a little bit of extra stuff. Otherwise you'd be screwed completely. So just enough. So now I have 5 more. So I have 50 here. I do increments of 10. So I have 50, 55, and then I have already one long one right here. So hopefully it worked out nicely. I hope. I don't know. I haven't counted them or I haven't applied them. But again, 2 extra that they gave me that are busted. Oh, we got some people clicking. Cliff. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by and say hi. Appreciate that, Cliff. Yo, yo, yo. Brick Adventure. Hey, Rula, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing this not a long live stream build. Well, I'm on vacation, so I have nothing else really much happening. So might as well just kind of get through my backlog, get some of the stuff built. So decide hopefully to get it done in one sitting. But let's see how that goes. But I'm doing good. Can't complain. Thank you. Yeah. So good to see you. At least good to see you come by and say hi. Appreciate that. So I'm on the T-34 build and on most fun part, which is putting together track links. The most actually boring part, but I think I'm almost done with it. So I had those put together. So hopefully I can apply them now into the kit on both sides. And let's see. And they kind of are falling apart a little bit on me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have another one that's busted a little bit. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Oh well. Maybe I have to contact Brickmania now and let them know. I have another somewhat busted track link. Let's see if I can at least put it on the tank. I don't think I'll be able to run the tank. But at least I can put it on the tank and then hopefully contact Brickmania later and let them know that they sent me 3 busted track links. I don't know what's going on there with the QC. But usually Brickmania, if it's too bad, they come back to you with the replacement parts. So let's see, maybe I have to contact them and let them know that this one is not super great. I mean, it rolls. Although one of them, again, like I said, it's a little bit busted. It rolls good enough not to fall off. So let's see. And it's a little bit on the loose side. Maybe I can always remove one. That's the one that's busted. And I can still live with it. So let's see. So far, it's okay, though. Although it's busted, it's not critical. Very repetitive. Yeah, exactly. Very repetitive, especially with track links. But it is what it is. Track links part of the tank, so nothing I can do to avoid not building them. Yeah, it rolls pretty good, actually. Considering this is Brickmania track links, works well. Once again, I wish they did a little bit better work with QC and would not send me busted stuff. I don't know what it happened like while I was in travel. I don't think it was happening while in travel, but either way, this is busted, and I wish they would not send stuff like that. So maybe QC can do a little better job on, getting rid of the messed up elements like this. But it's a small company. Maybe some stuff like that is expected. All right, well, let's get on with the build and hopefully get this done sometime today. Hopefully, maybe. Looks cool. Thanks, Brick Adventure. Appreciate that. Yeah, T-34 is pretty cool. Really happy to get that in my Soviet collection. My first Soviet tank, actually. So really happy about this. And we have Lego Studios in the house. Hey, thanks for coming by and say hi. Lego Studios, appreciate that. I know my last live stream was over 3 hours long. Let's see how long is this going to be. If I'm going to break my last record. But I think after those live streams, like this Dicker Max live stream and this one, I think I'm going to be done for a while. Maybe take a little break from live streaming, at least for like a week or so or more. No, plus I'll be back to work, so I want to have time, as much time, then to build Lego. But I hope you guys doing good. I hope Lego Studio is doing good. Same thing with you, Brick Adventure. How are things with you? Hope you're enjoying your summer. Hope it's not too hot where you're at. It's actually been quite warm here, but nothing too crazy. I'm actually enjoying this. As here, summer in Estonia is like, it's here for a little bit and it's gone, and next thing you know, you miss it. So I'm definitely really trying to enjoy those last warm days that we have. Left. I actually like this build as it's quite straightforward and simple, so it's not very complex. No, I mentioned it before, compared to Dick and Max, this one is quite relaxing actually. Although I enjoyed Dick and Max as well. It was a great build. Am I missing something? Yeah, I think I'm missing one sec. Get one more here. Yeah, this is quite simple and straightforward, which is definitely more relaxing for me. Here we go. Bro, did YouTube remove my comments? I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually just hanging out on the StreamYard. So it could be. I think YouTube does moderate some like random stuff on its own. I know someone messaged me that they're trying to put a link in the comments and they couldn't. So I'm not sure what's going on. So it could be that YouTube is doing some weird on its own. I won't be surprised. I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm on StreamYard. So like when I do this, like I see your comments only here on StreamYard, whatever comes through. Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, disappointing a little bit. I don't know, but someone else told me that. So yeah, you're definitely not the first one who are mentioning this to me. And I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's some kind of automatic thing that they have in place. Are you saying something like? Are you saying something inappropriate? Lego Studios. I'm just kidding. I know you're not. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. But someone else mentioned that to me as well. They said they're trying to comment something and it's YouTube is not letting me. It's not coming through. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. YouTube can be a little funky sometimes. So yeah. So my bad if it's happening to Lego Studios. I think we're doing like a side of the tank of the hull. So this is what I'm working right now. And it's supposed to go like this. Yeah, maybe. And I'm tripping. I think I messed something up. Yeah, I messed something up. I used a different Whoopsie. Whoopsie, I used the wrong piece. Let me fix that really quick. Yeah. Here we go. So it's supposed to be something like that. I'm trying to connect it. Whoops. Something happened here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with this track link too. Busted. Here's good, but then this other one is busted for sure. I'm gonna remove that. Here's busted. No way. Why is it falling off? Yeah, I'm not digging this one. So I might try and remove one out of here. See if it's still gonna work. Hope it will. Let's see. Let's take one track link off and see if it's gonna connect. It might be a tight one. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a tight one. Yeah, no, it's not ideal. No, it's too tight. Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she says. I gotta bring this back. Yeah, so this one is a little bit busted, so I'm gonna see if I can get this one from Brickmania to be replaced, as the other ones that sent me is even worse. The other ones that sent me don't even have, like, it's even worse, so I don't know what the heck is going on with Brickmania. QC, not happy with those track links at all. So I'm gonna definitely be sending them email as, yeah, that's not cool. I definitely need at least one track link piece, or whatever you want to call it, because then those are falling off. So I'll be in contact with Brickmania as per usual, and they're probably gonna give me some stupid excuse saying that, oh yeah, well, in fictional during World War II Russia, you can just pretend it was hit by the German Panzer something RPG, and then the track fell off. So it seems like to say that fictional scenarios. YouTube is pretty trash. Yeah, it's true. YouTube does some weird stuff on its own. See, I don't last 5 hours building this. Yeah, I know. I hopefully try to knock it out in another hour. So I don't think I'll be here for another. Oh, it's been like 3 hours now. I'm trying to get it done soon. But yeah, thanks for coming by, Lego Studios, and I appreciate you coming by, hanging out with me at least for a little bit. Oh my god, YouTube deleted 3 of my comments. I don't know what's going on, honestly. Sometimes, like I said, YouTube does its own funky, weird stuff. I promise I haven't touched any of the stuff. I was just kind of sitting here building, as you can see. Someone threatened my school. Oh, crazy stuff. You're still in school? I thought it's summertime. Shouldn't be on a break or something. Oh, that's crazy though. Yeah, I mean, when you're in school, you get those like some weirdos calling in some kind of threats or whatever. It happens. It's usually I'm not gonna say always, but usually it ends up being being some fake stuff happening. Just people doing stupid things. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. So. So we're doing it this other side now, I think. Yeah. Be careful now with the track. It's stupid and it's falling off. Most of the time it's fake. Yeah, exactly. But it still sucks people are doing that. Yeah, I mean, it's been like that. Sorry about that. Yeah, people always do that kind of stupid stuff. So there's nothing new there. But see ya, man. Yeah, take care. Thanks for Lego Stories. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming by and saying hi. Let's see. Maybe I'll do another. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this, but let's see. At least another 10 minutes. That's the goal plan. Let's see. Maybe I can do it. Yeah, maybe I can do it. I'm back at it again. All right, where am I at? Got a piece. Let's find it. Here we go. Here we go. We got another side of the hole ready to put here. Okay, hopefully this track link is not gonna fall on me like last time. Try and be gentle. Kind of looks okay. I feel like it's not rolling too well now. Kind of still does, but yeah, whatever. Whatever, it's working. Good enough. Oh, I forgot to put a couple of those. Oh no, I gotta take it off now. No way. I forgot one step. Oh my God, I forgot one step. No, this is fell off. Okay, very nice. I forgot one step on this thing. And I gotta take it off. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot one step. No, I gotta take it off. Take it all off. No. Yes. I messed it up. Oh, this is terrible. This is a terrible idea to take it all off. And this is how the cookie crumbles. All because of this, I forgot to add one by one piece. All because of that. No. So sad. It's okay, we'll fix it. We'll make it work. Now, where this is coming from? What the heck is this? Put this back. What's happening? Okay, so I have a piece coming from here. Okay. I think I fixed this side. Kind of looks okay now. Oh boy. Yeah, but this wasn't fun. Let's not do this again. Let's not miss any more pieces like that. And then this track link and this wheel got busted. Hold on, we're trying to fix this side now as well. What's happening? This wheel got busted. Oh boy. That's what happens when you miss a piece. That's how the cookie crumbles. Let's try and get this guy in here without messing up stuff too much. Okay, here we go. I think we're okay now. Yay. Oh, Hookie, you're back. Hey, how's it going? I think Lego Studios already left. I'm back. Nice to see you back, man. Appreciate that. Did you take care of your Bricklink business? I know I couldn't do this live. I mean, building a tank. Yeah, man, I messed up. I forgot the piece, right? So I forgot one piece that I had to add per instructions, just one by one. And then I have to take this whole side off, and then obviously the track link gonna fall off, then the wheel's gonna fall off, and God, that was a pain. Yeah, so that wasn't fun. So let's not do this again. Let's not forget to add any more pieces where they belong to. You know how it is with this Lego. Some stuff falls off, then another foul follows, and then it gets all fragile. Yeah, so this wasn't fun. Let's not do that again. But I think we're okay now. So let's go ahead and try to continue with this build, maybe. I'll try and continue with this build without hopefully missing too many more pieces and hopefully not having any wheels to fall off again. And I don't know if I showed you Hookie already that before, but I got those Bricklink, not Bricklink, those tracks basically from Brickmania, track links, and two of them came busted, actually three. So the left one is barely holding on. So I don't have any more extras left. So all the extras that they sent, which is two, are busted. And then the left side is barely hanging on because there's one of them is also kind of messed up. So yeah, probably have to contact. So I made a joke saying that if I contact Brickmania again, they're probably gonna say it's battle damaged, right? Battle damaged track links. That's how it's supposed to be on the Eastern Front. So like our QC department to decide to pass this through as, you know, that's how it would be in the real life, battle damaged. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, definitely some track link issues happening here in this model, unfortunately, but sounds terrible, but it seems to me, yeah, I think I managed it. Okay, are you familiar with the concept of tier list? Like crying list? Oscar Age is back. Yo, you said to come back? You missed me already? What has it been, 20 minutes? But thank you for coming back. That's cool. You missed me enough to come back for round whatever, for 3 hours of me. Sherman Mania would say that. Yeah, exactly. But tier list, tier list. I think I know what you're talking about. Like, it's basically ranking, right? Is that you're ranking whatever you want to rank on? So yeah, I'm familiar with that. People in the Lego community do that tier list stuff, which is could be fun. You know, you can tier list, you can rank like Lego sets, the one you like, or some kind of themes. I see people ranking, doing tier lists for example, like favorite like pirate ship. So tier list of Lego pirate ships, that kind of stuff. I've seen that people doing it. Minifigs, sets, whatever you want a tier list. Whatever you want to cry about, whatever you want to tear about, then you can do that for sure. I was thinking actually one day to do something similar, maybe tier listing like Brickmania sets, like from the best to the worst or something. I don't know. Could be a good concept for idea for a video. Maybe, possibly. Why not? You can do whatever you want. People on the channels, they can do whatever they want. You can live your life how you want. No one's gonna judge you. People not might watch your stuff. That's a different story. But I mean, that's what I like about YouTube. You have that freedom. You know, you can do your content as you wish, how you wish, and you know, you can put as much work into it as you want. And funny thing is, people still gonna watch you. Like, there's gonna be still people out there. Okay, maybe not as many, but it's weird. Like, you can make content on anything you want, and normally you'll find someone who's into that, and then they're gonna still listen to you and watch you. So YouTube is quite interesting. I never actually thought I would get this far. Oops, wrong tile. As far on YouTube as I did. I'm like always surprised, like why people even bother watching me. Of course, if nobody would watch me, I probably would not make live streams. I probably would not make any videos. I probably give up after like 2 or 3 videos. But it seems like if people are interested in tuning in, that kind of keeps me want to do more. But I'm still kind of surprised of like why is it even people are interested in listening to my nonsense, to my nonsense that I have to say. But then the Lego community is very supportive. I noticed people are very nice here. I'm Gary to go. I'm just on the bus right now. Oh, cool, nice. Well, hope you have a good trip wherever you're going, Oscar. I watched Bot Shop's tier list and it looked interesting. Yes, I've seen people doing that. I mean, you use this pamphlet and you just kind of take the pictures of whatever you want and you just list it from like S is like the best and I think D is like the worst. But I would not do it digital. I would do it brick build. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea, actually. Quickie bricks. YouTube sees this thing differently. Things differently. What's your favorite Cold War tank? Cold War tank. Ooh. Cold War tank. That's a good question. I think I'll say Challenger. Challenger is nice. I also might throw some Russian tank in there, maybe like T-34 or is it 62? One of those. Those are nice. So I don't know if I have like a favorite one. I'll probably have to say with I'll go with the Russian tank. I'll say T-64 just for fun. Why not? But Challenger is cool. I like the British tanks. Those are nice. I know Brickmania had like, yeah, Centurion. What's that Brickmania tank had a Brickmania released a Cold War tank not so long ago. It was some kind of mark. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing this up. Maybe I'll check it out. I'll let you know. That looked really nice. I consider it, and I know it was a Cold War tank. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, well, let me find it right now. Let me let you know what it's called. Yeah, Centurion Mark 5-1. That's a cool one. So I'll save that one. Why not? Yeah, Centurion. Let's make it Centurion. That looked good. I was considering getting that tank, but kind of expensive. And I'm kind of focusing, like I said, on World War II stuff. Leopard 1, that's a nice one, German tank. Yes, for sure. I always had a soft spot for T-55. Yeah, there was a lot of those made. T-55s are cool. That with the round turret like that. There was a lot of them in the former Soviet republics and Middle East, I think, were big on buying T-55s. I don't know how good they were, but I know there's a lot of those in the Middle East. Syria, Iraq. Okay, we'll get into some printed parts. Let's go. Get some vents in place. Okay, here we go. Some printed elements finally. Some vents on the tank. And I think I have to do the other side as well. I'm trying to get this done, guys. Seriously, it's been a minute. I've been live streaming. Cookie already done with his work. He's back. He's already having a dinner. He's soon gonna be getting ready for sleep, and I'm still building this. I'm trying to get this hopefully finalized soon. I'm almost there. I feel like maybe another half an hour. I should be done with this. But that's why I keep saying all the time. Half an hour is like, unless I drop a ball somewhere else, but hopefully not. Hopefully we'll get this one done properly. Okay, let's catch up with the chat really quickly. I got Centurion, Sheridan, Walker Bulldog. Yeah, we got those in, I think in Vietnam. M48 Patton. Oh, that's nice. I totally forgot about Patton Tank. Patton Tank is a great one as well, especially with the how they had him in North Korea with those camouflage in this tiger stripe. I really like that camo. Type 74, cool. The best quality. You listed a lot. There's a lot of, yeah, and there's a lot of good Cold War tanks for sure. I'm out of the orders for the moment. I'm out of orders for the month. Both good and also very bad. Okay, yeah, no, I hear you. I hear Hooky. Because you're in business, right? You're doing your Brickmania as a full-time thing. So yeah, you definitely have to keep the Bricklink. It's Brickmania on my tongue all the time. Yeah, you're doing Bricklink as your full-time gig. So of course, yeah, in that ways, I can see how you want to keep those orders flowing. I get you. Like I say, now time's uncertain. I feel like people are careful now with the Lego buying. At least I feel like they are. I know I am. I'm definitely more careful with what I buy. Probably not as frequent now. Gonna have to watch your budgets. You know, keep an eye for sale. This is what I'm trying to do. Make sure I pick up stuff on sale when I see some. Yeah, I mean, I know I had some exceptions here with Brickmania and Panzer Force, but yeah, normally I always try to keep an eye for sale. So like that's what I basically said. Black Friday, this is what I'm gonna go shopping for Brickmania. Or maybe even Lego too. Lego does some good sales on Black Friday as well. But yeah, times are like interesting now. It's like people are still buying stuff. Economy is doing good, but at the same time, things are definitely a lot more expensive than they used to be. Hyrule, I'm back. Hey Ed, even Ed is back. Oh God, that's how long I've been streaming for. Yeah, the Type 74 is 160 looking tank. By far my favorite Japanese tank. Not enough people talk about it. I have to look it up. I have to see how the Type 74 looks like. I don't even know how it looks like. I know the World War II tanks, this Type 95 or whatever. The Type 74, I have to take a look on that. Ooh, it does look nice. It looks nice. Kind of looks like a Walker Bulldog a little bit. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong here, but it looks like Walker Bulldog, just like from outside looking at this. Oh, almost done. A little more. Almost done. Almost there. Let's see. The best thing about Bricklink store is that you never have to slow down. Where you don't have orders, you post new parts until new orders come in. That's true. If you have something to part out and add some new orders, that's for sure. And you add new parts, that's good. So I guess that the Bricklink is definitely keeping you busy, Hooky, which is good. Good stuff. Look it up. Look it up, and it's awesome. Yes, I just did. It looks very nice. This is actually a bit different. Tomorrow I probably won't add parts, but make videos. Yeah, nice, man. I'm looking forward for your videos for sure. I also watch when I get a chance. Sometimes even at work. Don't tell my boss. But yeah, you know, this is a bit of an exception for me. Normally, I am only doing Lego on the weekends, but since I do have time off, day off, I am enjoying this. I'm trying to get this built and done. Built and done. Well, let's see how far I get. Here we go. This is okay. Yeah, I think I read that one. Yeah, man, for sure, Hookie. Get those videos out. I'll have a look for sure. But how you like the YouTube life? Are you enjoying making videos? Are you enjoying making content? Because I know you made some of the videos way back, yeah, like 6 years ago. When you had this one video about Star Wars minifigs. You have this huge army. And then I think you're back now with more videos. But how do you enjoy YouTube in general? Do you like making videos? Something you see yourself keep doing for some time now, or? Yeah, but you can let me know if you have time. I like creating content, that's for sure. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying this. I do too, but for me, it's always like I have all these ideas in my head. Like I want to do this, I want to build that. But just once it gets to actually finding time to do it, is like, oh, that's my thing, just finding time. But you know, I guess it's all about how much you want it, right? If you really want to do something, you can always find time. So let's see how much time I'll have going forward with the channel and my plans, my content plans. Let's see if I'd be able to make it happen. Okay, here we go. But definitely happy to get through all those builds that I had. Are you planning to get all your kits, Brickmania kits, built eventually and review on your channel, or how do you think? Is this something you're gonna do? I know because you have a bunch of cool unbuilt kits I've seen, at least from one of your videos. So is this something you're still planning on? Something you still plan on doing eventually, getting through all your kits like me? Oh boy. There we go. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. All good. Okay. I'm a little confused. Okay, I'll check that later. I always want to do dioramas, but never had the space to actually build and keep doing videos. Seems to be perfect way to keep dioramas in digital form. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Just something to remember how you've done it, just for the memories. I have to see more people build Type 74s. Very rare. See them. Yes, I agree. Maybe Brickmania can release one of those. That'd be cool to see. Some more like unique one-off kind of tanks. I'm not MIB collection, mint in the box. I always want to build a set eventually. Sometimes life happens and sell something that I initially wanted to keep, but generally speaking, I build my sets. Okay, yeah, this is kind of how I do it too. Because I feel like I want to build it, and then if something happens, if I sell it, oh well, I'll sell it. But I think I messed something up, but I'm not sure what exactly. This is not working. Yeah, but same thing with me. I try to build my stuff, and if I want to sell it, I'll sell it used. I sell it. So that came off. That's interesting. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Something going on with this build. Yeah, same thing. I build my stuff. Yeah, actually, I think this is a bit pain, and I don't know what's going on with this thing. Why this is not working for me. I have to look at the instructions, see what's going on. I think I'm messing something up that I don't know what it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'll probably end this now. This was a fun stream. Either way, I appreciate everyone coming by. Oh, Cookie wrote some stuff, other stuff. I'm still aiming for 100 YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm past that point. I was like halfway through this year. I was, especially with the live streams I'm doing now. I'm way past through that point. Yeah, I'm past that point way back half a year ago. And yeah, that's a good goal to have actually, because kind of not happy with this. I'm trying to get this done, at least disconnected, but this looks like a bit of pain. And then when I'm dealing with that kind of stuff, I think it's a good time to call it a day. I think it's a good time to call it a day when you're dealing with something like that. Yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. But yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. 100 videos will be nice, critically, and then weighing my options concerning YouTube. Yeah, and that's the thing with me too. Like I'm trying to, just for funds now, like we discussed this before with the monetization. It's probably not going to happen to you, and this is not my goal, but it would be cool to get to 3,000 hours. So let's see if I can get it, because last time I checked, I was like 20 away, 20 hours away. So let's see, I can like this week even get it, but I don't know. So that's kind of a bit of a, like just for funds, and then take it from there if I want to continue. But I just, for me, it's just like work-wise, it's almost impossible. It's going to get a little heavier, a little busier, and I don't want to dedicate more time than I've already been doing. So let's see what my plans are. So it's quite interesting. So same thing, I want to kind of maybe hit that small goal of 3,000 watch hours in a year, which I think I'm going to hit it. I'm almost sure at some point. If not soon enough, and then reflect if I want to kind of what I want to do with this channel, and if I want to kind of stick to this Brickmania stuff, which, you know, at the moment is fine. But okay, thanks everyone. I'm gonna take a break with this build. Yeah, unfortunately, almost done actually. I had just a turret to put together, but I'm a little frustrated with this thing. It's very annoying how this hatch, it's supposed to attach, but it's not attaching properly, and I don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe I've built something wrong. Just definitely very annoying part here. Like it's doing this to me. I'll try one more time. If I get this fixed, I can maybe continue building, but honestly, when I get to this point, I usually tend to stop, take a break, and I've been streaming for 3 hours already, over 3 hours. So let's see. One more time. Okay, it worked. 20th time is the charm. So it worked. Okay, maybe I'll finish this off. Maybe I'll finish. Okay, I'm gonna finish. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna finish this off. So if you want to stick around, it's fine. If you don't want to stick around, it's fine. But I think I'm gonna do it because I got this hatch in here finally in place, and I don't want to touch it. And okay, I'm gonna finish this off. Just cause. Just because. Just because. Why not? I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna get it done. So I can complete the video and just call it a day and be happy. Go to sleep happily today that I actually accomplished it, and I didn't give up on myself. I'll do it. I'll finish it. I'll get it done. I'll get it done. Okay, I stick around. Okay, thanks, Fluky. I appreciate it. I mean, you don't have to, but I want to get it done. So I'm so close already. It is kind of annoying, frustrating, but I'm so close. I want to knock it out, as I have only a few pieces left. And I really don't want to do another stream. I think I want to be done with the live streaming at least this week. So probably most likely no live stream Saturday. I was considering doing live stream, just going through like like I've done before, which is window shopping, just see what kind of stuff Brickmania has, what kind of stuff Brickissimo has. But at the moment, Brickissimo is on vacation, so it's really not fun to look at stuff when there's no prices. But I've seen some stuff on eBay. I was kind of considering, and maybe want to see what other people think about. There's one seller has a bunch of stuff, bunch of retired stuff, a bunch of retired Brickmania stuff on eBay. And I was kind of trying to go through whatever he's selling and see what other people think about that. But let's see. Maybe I'll do this Saturday, maybe not. But definitely no live building. But here I'm almost at the third. So let's try to get this third assembled. I was really happy that Brookings finally had the United Bricks Romanian rifleman in the store, but then I was pretty much disappointed because of the helmet of the minifigure. Okay. Romanian rifleman. I have to check him out. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'll check it out. I'll check out which one you're talking about. Do you know if Romanian soldiers were to use Russian helmets on a wide scale? Ooh. Romanian, like you mean Romanian with O, right? Romanian. Well, as far as I understand, Romanian during World War II, I think they would use something like similar to what the Germans would be using, but I'm not sure because I know Romanians were on the German side for a very long time, and then obviously later down the war they flipped the side because then Germans were losing, and then you know they have all these allies invading from all the different places. So from that point, but I don't know what kind of equipment they actually were using. That's a good question. In my mind, I think I don't think it would be anything Russian, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It's actually a good thing to maybe look up online or something like what kind of equipment or uniforms the Romanians were using. But at least I know for most of the World War II, they were on the German side fighting against Soviet Union, fighting against the Russians, Soviets, because there's many nationalities in Russia. Russia and Soviet Union, so you can't say Russians. It's actually Soviets. There was many different kind of people, nationalities that were fighting during the World War II. So yeah, I can't tell for sure. It's something maybe good to look into. I think that Romanians indeed had a very distinct helmet that was very different from many other nations. It could be, yes, I would think so. I would think so. I don't think it would be like something that Russians would use. I know Romanians after the World War One, they became part of like the Eastern Bloc after the Russians basically invaded everyone east of Germany, even Germany themselves. Then of course they would have a lot of the the Russian Soviet equipment afterwards, but I don't know during the World War II what they had. So this is something maybe to look into. I'm not too interested in the Romanian army or like those smaller nations, I guess. Although it's nice that United Bricks makes them, I personally just not into that. But sure is nice because I mean, if they eventually make maybe Estonia, I know like TMC, they made a bunch of the different kind of countries and stuff, and they even made Estonian German SS sleeves. So if you want to, I picked up a few of them from the reseller. So it's definitely good to have this option, but of course. It's very specific. All right, I think we're working on that. Uh-oh. 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 Put it the wrong way. Now it's stuck. There we go. Definitely taking advantage of this new pieces. Got this Spider-Man web thing that they're using here to, I guess, you know, suppress and depress the barrel. So definitely some cool techniques using here, and not bad at all. And we're putting this brick arms, and we're gonna be adding this here. Definitely on the finish line here with the turret. And we're gonna find out if I have any extra bricks left. In that case, I messed something up. Because this is how I know. If I end the build with a bunch of extra bricks left, then it's like, okay, there's something I need to go back and redo. But let's see. Hopefully nothing too crazy. But it happened. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get through this build. I love this new pieces. Yeah, exactly. They definitely took advantage of those slow pieces and this other new pieces here. I think Kobe shot themselves in the foot with their German fix. I think Kobe doesn't know what they're doing with the minifix. It's just not just German, all around, just kind of terrible. My first time buying a German tank or plane, since the Germans are the baddies, they have to have a comical faces. Yeah, no, I know they're also doing that. Brickmania does it too. So not just Kobe, but yeah, but for sure, I know exactly what you're saying here. What's happening here? What am I doing wrong? This, and then I have to put this like this, or what? Okay, here we go. That makes sense. Yeah, but Kobe minifix is a whole nother story. I just unfortunately not doing it for me. It's supposed to be like that. Interesting. Interesting choice of a turret build here. Okay. I think it's supposed to be like that. Just leave it. Yeah, no, but Kobe is definitely that's one thing I cannot get past through is the minifix. I mean, the builds are great. The price is excellent. I mean, the scale sometimes can be also a little bit off that I've noticed. Not the perfect scale in some instances, but you know, in general, workable considering especially the price. How much the Kobe really is not, you know, can't go wrong with that. But yeah, when it comes to the minifix, man, I cannot pass through the minifix. It's just something I have difficult time working through. Kobe need to hire somebody to update the faces and just in general, just the design of the fix. They have to do something there to make it more appealing. Obviously, they cannot copy Lego due to copyright and infringement stuff, but at least they can maybe come up with some other. Okay, I already have one 1x2. I'm not too happy about. Or maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Let's see. Maybe it's okay. Let's see. All right. So we got this here. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we actually didn't mess too much up here. But this build was actually somewhat straightforward, which I kind of like. It wasn't very complicated, so the build actually went fairly easy here. So the build went fairly easy, and I think the last thing we gotta do is put. No, wait, what am I doing? I'm putting an engine hatch. We gotta put it here. Yeah, so I think that's it. We got the tanker. We got our tanker in here. We got our Russian guy. We're gonna give him some armaments, and we all know that the Russian tanks were basically Ubers for the Soviets. Put a bunch of Soviets on top. Yeah, that's it. We're done with the build. I think I messed this one up, as this is supposed to be like that. Okay, here we go. That's a little better. So yeah, we got our tank done. Yes. 3 hours into it. We got it done. We got it done, boys. It wasn't easy. But yeah, 3 hours. 4 hours, almost 4 hours. God dang it. Normal Kobe minifigs are still inferior to Lego minifigs. Exactly, I agree. I just can't get past the minifigs. I'm not into Kobe minifigs either, but I difference between not good looking Kobe minifigs and Kobe minifigs that are ugly by design. Yeah, I mean, maybe they do some stuff on purpose. Who knows? They're based in Poland, so maybe not too fond of the Germans. But yeah, definitely have an issue with the track here. Other than that, it's a good build. It looks very nice. I do like this whole lot. So what Brickmania and Nathan Parker did a good job with this build so far. Tanks looks great. Yeah, I think so too. Again, gray color can be questioned a little bit, but I think this is the best alternative for the price. Now 60 more T-34s and ready for the Battle of Nara. Exactly. We need a couple of them to be in a ditch burning, then they'll be really accurate. Yeah, but cool. Thanks, Hookie, for hanging out with me. I know it's been a long build. I appreciate that. Definitely good discussions and talks with Kobe. Maybe a little comparison. T-34, Kobe T-34 in this one. I like it. I think this came out to be pretty good. Some nice prints. I don't know if I'm going to be making the review video on this. Maybe I will, maybe I'm not. I'm not too sure, but I'm definitely happy to knock this out of the park and get this one done while I'm still on my vacation. But yeah, big thanks for everyone who came by. I'm surprised there's a bunch of people. Well, obviously I was still streaming for 4 hours. Big shout out to everyone who came. I really appreciate that. All the support and at least people who came by and said hi. And Hookie, you're the last one. You're the last one who stayed all the way through. Well, I know you had to go somewhere to take your care of stuff, which is totally fine. But yeah, good to have you still at least at the finish line. So thanks, Hookie. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Looking forward for your videos, Hookie, and then I'll talk to everyone later. Hopefully one more video this week, and let's see what happens once I'm back to work. And let's see how long this tank will survive. Bye, Rula. Good work. See you next time. Yeah. Thanks, Hookie. Take care. Bye, all.